last time, you didn't go to sleep, but you were enshrouded by this thick fog in a dying forest, with a singular path which you had a little freak out about, but ultimately ended up following the path, beseeching some of the gods like Requignus, the little fireman who seemed very messed up, and of course everyone's favourite Modlar, who actually helped Rill out quite a bit. You also saw the bony remnants of Brineberling, who I think multiple people tried to summon at some point. But you continued down the path, were assaulted by, I think they were Darklings, which you handily disposed of. And eventually you came to a haggard large tree where some caprine goat-like men and a horrifically twisted hag confronted you, seemingly accusing Rill of killing the forest spirit who guarded the pelagic forest. It was a quite fraught fight. Hipatra was severely damaged in the encounter, which led to some significant scarring as the firebolt just like fried part of her body. But you did defeat the hag and the satyr, the hulking satyrs, and found within the gnarled tree was a connection to the prime plane, and you managed to return home. On your return, I don't think much happened. I think Gylfi saw what she thought was 2 PDF boats sink an undisclosed ship a mile or two off the coast. But you're all quite tired and eager to get home and back to Pelagia. And you spent the rest of the day travelling. And I'll move you back to where you are now, which is just approaching Pelagia itself. It would be very late at night, about midnight. And do people want me to remind them of things you were doing, quests you had, potential rumours before we get going once again?
Just the immediate, what we were doing. I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, I think. Yeah. So there is obviously the job you just dealt with, which was the lumber mills of Pelagia. You have got some information about that. There was no specific reward, and it depended on what you did. So you might have to go and explain what happened to Caspian. There were the lake urchins who wanted you to stake out and shut down this drug lab. Which it's quite late in the day. You heard a rumor that Schmug's brother Schmag could potentially get you a boat if you went and saw him at some point. There's also connected to why Gylfi and Rill went to Caspian in the first place. There is, of course, the problems at Blackpool and what happened to catch a predator at where Flood died, and there were the shark cultists. And of course, there's all the sing-song stuff that he opened up to Babette about last time. But that's quite far away in Full Sail. Yeah, so you'd be arriving at the southern gate of Pelagia, which I will move you over to now. So you'd probably see the wooden walls. Well, there's no walls here actually. You'd see the beginning of more well-to-do houses somewhere on the southwest of of the settlement, and you'd see the walls beyond, indicating that you have indeed reached Pelagia.
Nice.
But it is late, as I said.
Oh, yeah. Well, as much as I like the evening, people aren't usually awake. I don't know how we're going to tell the whatever his name was about the wood.
I'm gonna head back to the old rusty bucket, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what to say. How much of it about Firebrand?
I mean, unless you think there's a reason not to say, why don't you? I don't know.
Might think you're crazy, like.
Yeah.
These
True.
PDF folk, they, one whisper you losing your mind and they lock you up in the dungeon.
Well, we could just give him the simple version, big enchanted tree attacked everyone.
I will say that the evidence you do have are the foreman's journal, which you found. So that might explain what happened to the people. And you also have the gem that you found, which would be, well, it might not specifically prove anything, but the fact that you're in contact with a magical gem could look to back you up a little bit.
Rill's got the cut off piece of bark as well.
Oh yeah, with the symbol on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he might believe us. I mean, unless there's a reason not to tell him, which I can't think of one. Apart from the crazy thing, but sort of.
No, you're right.
Shuttling.
We should tell him.
Okay. Time is it? Can you say it's late? How late is it?
With your experience, Gilfie, you'd know it is the dead of night. It's about midnight.
Okay.
And the town seems very subdued.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just have to tell him in the morning. I can't see him being awake now.
Yeah, and we could do with a rest somewhere softer than the ground.
I don't know. I feel pretty awake, but I'll try.
Are we returning to the rusted bucket, the beautiful upturned cog?
I guess so.
I wonder if they could do anything to help Hepatra at the House of the Gods.
Oh, maybe. Well, I guess it's worth a try. If Batra, do you want to go there?
Hepatra would just shrug and just be like, I want to go to bed.
Oh, okay.
Finally, someone's talking some sense.
Alright.
We can unwrap all this in the morning. I think it was quite successful, other than, almost dying and being turned into a raven. Which was an experience, I must say. It was not one I will forget.
Quite fun flying around.
Yes, except for falling out of that massive tree. Hurt quite a lot.
Yeah, this tends to be the avoiding part, falling. Do we have to go through, or can we go round? Does it matter?
Hmm?
Can we go round, or can we go through? Or let me look at the door?
You'd have to ask the guards.
Oh.
If you walk... Or go on, Pepetra.
No, I was just going to say, I would very much like you to go to the the House of the Gods and see what can be done for Hepatra. But don't forget, Hepatra has that thing now where she just doesn't give a shit about anything. So
Oh,
she's
yeah.
just, like, doesn't give a shit about anything going on around her. So I have interpreted that as she only cares about herself now. So she's just like, well, I want to go to bed.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Can we go around, Kieran, to avoid trying to get through the door, or does it not really matter?
You could swim across. The last time they let you in pretty easily. But you think that if you were just saying you were going to the other side, they'd easily let you go around. It's more you'd need specific business to go in the middle bit.
Alright, okay. Well, we can just go through, I think, and go to the inn, I guess.
Yeah, so the guard would be a bit like, as you were going round, but he wouldn't take much convincing. You look like folk who live on the northern part of the Isle, so he would just let you go across. But on the way, can you all do perception checks as you're walking to the Rusted Bucket Inn?
Is Hepatra poisoned?
Is she poisoned?
Can't remember whether it's been a day or what.
I think it has been a full day.
It's been one day because we slept in the day,
Yeah.
which is why we're awake in the night, if I remember.
Okay.
Hepatra do be perceptive of anything because she doesn't care about anything, so she's not really going to be noticing.
You can roll it still. She still might hear it because if she does hear it, it might have an effect on her.
Oh god.
Gilfie's got exhaustion, so she's got disadvantage, so it's all 1.
Okay. Has Hepatra rolled? Oh yeah, putting it in.
At 20.
Did Hepatra roll for her
Oh yeah.
kidney
She-
failure or whatever it is?
Need to roll for that.
Con save,
I think she did it last time.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
she has.
Yeah.
So she won't have to do it until she goes to bed again.
Pretty sure she passed, right?
She did.
Passed?
Yeah, she passed.
Hepatra got a nat 20 on the perception check.
Okay. So Hepatra, as you're walking on the north side of the Pelagia, everyone else seems quite tired, just wanting to get back to the Rusted Bucket Inn. From a few of the more grottier hovels you walk past, you probably look at them and be like, oof, and you hear distinct hacking coughs coming from some of these little buildings, which would remind you of the sailors that you brought in, that you saved from the boat.
Shit.
But, Hepatra might not mention that to anyone.
Really not. Because... does it have... Would sickness that they had, did it have any direct effect on her at all?
On Hepatra?
Yeah.
No, but she could see that the people, when they dropped him off, were not in good shape.
Yeah, but she doesn't care.
Yeah.
So she probably wouldn't mention anything.
Okay.
This is actually weirdly freeing after a day where I've had to be paid only to care, whereas now I'm just fuck y'all.
Oh yeah.
So you get back to the Rusted Bucket Inn. If you went on the door would be locked.
Listen!
Knock on the door.
After about...
I would immediately start hammering on it.
Yeah, and with the hammering, he's like, all right, I'm coming. And this hatch just opens, and you see the one eye of Crown. He's like, oh, it's you again.
Yes.
Right,
big
just
time.
assume you want to stay here, right?
So,
Yes, please.
Well, after hours and such for rooms,
Oh,
pearl each.
Okay.
Feed it through the slot.
Yeah, Rill does.
Claws one through the little slot.
That's 2. Sing songs like, oh, okay, and like puts one through.
Yeah, but I'll just put it through.
1, 2, 3, 4. Is there 5 of you out there?
Looks at Patra.
She just like roll her eyes and sigh and like hand one over.
Right, okay, I'm opening the door. And he heard a bolt go back. He's like, there's only one bed, so make the most of it. The rest of you on the floor.
Oh. Okay.
Right, good luck on the floor, everyone.
Bet's gonna take the bed.
No, I'm going on the floor. I'm going on the bed.
Well, I am the chief of operations, as they say. So usually,
Not of my operations, you're not, and we've all paid the exact same amount of money.
Well, right then, I guess you can have the bed.
You.
Sing Song would get his bedroll out and he'd roll it down. He's like, there you are, boss. Your challenge.
Thank you, kind sir. Seems as someone's got some manners around here.
I will just do a little lullaby to lull you all into a sweet, sweet sleep.
Patra would talk over and be like, I actually still have space for one person if anybody wants to join me. Like, looking quite pointedly at Rill.
Well, if you insist.
Yeah, Babette will climb into the bed and just sort of like shove her over to the side.
She wouldn't look directly at Rill. She would just be like hinting, because the thing said, I find it hard to care about anything going on around me. So she would think about the things that are most important to her, i.e., her crush on Rill, her religion, her friends, etc. Being polite to Babette, perhaps not. But,
How would she react to Babette climbing into the bed?
she'd be like, oh, fine. You'd better not elbow me in the head.
I got nice little arms. This is what I call bunk buddies.
God.
Sometimes I drool in my sleep, though, so, watch out.
I mean... Sorry, Tom's just got onto the fact that I accused him of elbowing me in the head in my sleep, and he just gave me the dirtiest look. Yeah, she'd just be like, it's fine. I'm always wet anyway, so I don't really care.
Alright, comfort time.
Sing Song would gesture to you, Gilfin. He's like, you are the first mate feathers. You may take the captain's bunk. And he points to a mucky bedroll on the floor.
She looks down at it and she's like, thanks, Caesar, but I do have my own bedroll. I'll probably just use that. But
Real?
What are you sleeping on, Sing Song?
I'm going to sleep on the bar, like all the drunks around here.
I mean, I have a bedroll of my own.
Well, if you insist, Real, I'll take the captain's bunk. And he goes down onto his bedroll.
Yeah, Rill.
what are the rules for having only just woken up, really? Like a few hours ago?
Oh, shit. What time did you wake up?
I think we woke up just as it was hitting evening, right?
Pretty sure.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Seeing as you're in a safe place, I'm going to say that
You can still
can wait.
sleep, you just don't gain the benefits of a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll say you can kill a few hours just either sleeping or doing light stuff.
Yeah.
But
It's weird because Gilfie's still got one exhaustion. She's obviously can't go. She will go to sleep for a bit, and then she'll fly around for a lot of the time, probably.
Like doing a little perusal outside.
Yeah, pretty much just flying around, making sure she's up to date on her navigational skills and things, keeping up with that, etc.
Is anyone else doing anything before you sort of relax for the night?
Babette's just casually taunting people on the floor, just like,
How's it on the floor, landlubbers?
stuff like that, basically.
Yeah.
Real's fully spaced out thinking about all the stuff that's happened recently.
Okay.
Actually, no, I've got
Yeah.
no idea. There's something I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've leveled up. Okay, Babette's going to do this pretty sneakily during the night.
Okay.
So he's going to wait till everyone else is asleep. Or at least, like, everyone else but Sings. Like, he doesn't mind if Sing Song's awake.
Okay.
But everyone else...
Sing Song, he'd be lightly sleeping, but occasionally just talking to no one.
Okay.
Gilfie might just be outside.
Mm-hmm. So, Babette's waiting for an opportune moment, basically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So at some point during the night, he is going to wake up, he's going to go over to the portable storefront, its little barrel, suitcasey carols, he's going to open it up and he's going to reach around inside and feel the sort of essence of the pearl inside, and he's going to cast his latest spell, Detect Thoughts,
Oh,
which I'll put in the chat for you, Kieran, because it's got a chunky description. But yeah, he wants to see what the surface thoughts of everyone in the room are.
So, he would be wandering around in this minute, right, trying to snap up everyone.
So he can, as long as he's within 30 feet, he can focus his mind on any creature he can see within 30 feet, which everyone in the room I assume was in 30 feet.
Would Gilfie be in a room?
Yeah, it depends if Gilfie's
yeah. Gilfie would probably be flying around 70% of the time. It depends whether Babette has waited for her to be in the room.
Yeah, he would have. He would have waited if she was like having a nap in the room or whatever.
Yeah, she would be in the room then.
Okay. I'm just reading this. So if he wants to probe into someone's mind, they have to make a wisdom save, right?
Yeah, he's not doing that yet though. He's just getting that surface thoughts, and he wants to see because he's obviously everyone's been through a pretty traumatic situation, and also he's kind of like, I think he's kind of focusing it on Rill because I think after what happened and Rill like being blamed for this, he's feeling a bit untrustworthy. A bit paranoid, let's say. But so he's kind of focusing on the sort of surface thoughts of Rill, but he is looking into the others as well, just because he can.
Yeah. So with Hepatra and Rill, would they be fully asleep?
I'm more than happy to roll stealth to see how...
I'm trying to... I was going to make you do a sleight of hand because it's VS and M, but I think if they're fully asleep, then you probably wouldn't need to do it.
What do you think, Tom?
I mean, Babette was waiting for people to see him asleep,
He was.
right?
Yeah.
Real's not pretending to be asleep, so...
Okay.
But it gets
So-
kind of weird, right? Because once I'm asleep, what are my surface thoughts? Is it dreams? Is it...
Yeah,
I
definitely.
like to think it would be like a dog and you'll be thinking about chasing rabbits or something.
Gotta catch him.
Yeah, this is not necessarily like a smart thing, but Babette's not necessarily that smart. He's just paranoid.
I'm going to say, Babette, do an insight check to make sure you think everyone's asleep, or you think people are asleep when you're doing this.
That makes sense.
That's fair, yeah. It's a natural one.
Hey.
You have absolutely no idea. You're pretty confident that they're asleep.
Yeah, Babette would just do it if he's pretty confident if they're asleep then.
But and then you guys can decide if you are asleep at this moment, and I'll just take whatever you want.
I'll roll a percent. If I roll really high, no, Real doesn't notice anything.
And Hepatra?
I don't know. You happy? Well, Hapatra would probably be asleep. I think.
Yeah. Roll a perception check. Unless it's super high, then I won't.
Did nearly die, so she's probably quite tired.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Got 15.
I think with a nat 1.
I can roll a stealth check.
Yeah, roll a stealth check. See if actually do sleight of hand.
So it's the same, so 12.
Yeah. I think with everything, all of that, Hepatra, you'd be aware that Babette is talking to himself because he's right next to you, but you're not 100% sure because of like what he's talking about, because you've had such a hard day in general. Like you did technically die today.
Real's surface thoughts are a lot of guilt about how Hepatra has been so badly hurt. A lot of confused thoughts around Firebrand and even Vapor here, like trying to piece together a sense of identity with himself that he's lacked for such a long time.
Mhm.
Also, like, I guess... No, I don't think that would be surface thoughts, but yeah. Guilt and confusion.
Jeez.
Would the guilt also be about what happened on Caudal Isle?
Oh, definitely, yeah. He still feels bad about Flood.
Okay, what about Hepatra, Gilfie, and Sing Song?
Hepatra, you go first.
I don't really know. She'd just be thinking about how, like, imagine she's kind of like dozing, so I imagine her dreaming about like potential situations and how burns will now affect the way people react to her and that sort of thing.
What about Gilfie?
Seems fair.
Gilfie is not, because she's already been resting during the day, and she rests heavily in the day, so she is tired, but not like super tired. She's normally awake in the night, so I'm gonna say she's in a light sleep, but I'm gonna give her disadvantage because she is exhausted. But I'm gonna roll a perception check.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Jesus fucking Christ.
She notices. But
Yeah, I think is she proficient in Arcana as well?
she is, yeah.
I think she'd definitely be aware that Babette's casting a spell.
She just like open one eye. Like, were you casting for a bit?
If she says that, he fucking ends a spell and he just shuffles back to the bed and he's just like, oh, what the fuck would he say? He'd be like,
Oh, just checking on Poseidon.
You can
Oh,
do
Nice.
deception and you can do insight if you want, Gilfie.
yeah. Can I do an Arcana to see if I know what spell it was?
Yeah, do insight and then do
I'm-
Arcana as well.
if she's
Oh, hang on,
if she,
disadvantage.
oh yeah, thank God. Okay, oh, this is important. Okay,
Oh.
good.
9. What?
Arcana would have to be quite high because I don't think
Yeah,
it's on Sorcerer's spell list.
Oh, damn, is it not? Shit.
I think it is.
Okay. I would do it disadvantage anyway because it's exhausted.
Let's have a look. Tech thoughts.
11, yeah.
It is on the
Yeah.
sorcerer spell list.
Oh,
But it's
is
not
it?
on the druid spell list, which I just realised
Oh.
Gilfie is.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
She's-
Okay.
But yeah, I think we said she was like Arcana based rather than Divine based. But yeah, it doesn't matter. 11. Yeah, I mean, she probably doesn't know
No.
anyway.
And you wouldn't see any direct effect of it either.
Yeah. As long as as long as it's not fire, we're in a wooden building. Yeah.
I'm just
Just to remind you of it, just to make sure.
I'm just checking out beside and make sure it's still working all right.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go back to napping now.
That's all right.
He's still concentrating on the spell.
Yeah.
So he is gonna read the surface thoughts of Gilfie whilst she's
Okay.
because he's fucking paranoid as shit at the moment. Like
Yeah.
like he's not a smart man. He's just
Gilfie lolls back into a light nap, and all you hear is tweets, chirps, owl noises. That's what it sounds like to you, but it's the owlin language. She has an owlin
Well-
language in her head.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Would there be any pictures
Yeah, that's a good
that
point.
would be swirling around?
Any pictures?
Like, I assume she dreams in images. Well, not everyone does. I know that.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Not everyone thinks the same.
Yeah, there's some pictures. Probably of parcels, packages. Probably Hippatra's injuries. Probably her own injuries when she got downed that one time as well. Probably just like a sense of fear, I suppose. You'd get maybe.
Yeah. What about
And
sing
but
song?
also a little sense of adventure as well.
Okay. Sing song would be thinking you get a sense of extreme anxiety.
Okay.
You'd see pictures of
Doesn't like
well-dressed Aquans, and you'd probably recognize it from what he said earlier as maybe his parents. You would see what seems to be pirates, inhabiting this very fancy estate, and it seems like Sing Song's worrying that it might have been taken over.
Okay.
Uh,
Said about this, so.
There'd be a base level of enjoyment, but there is, in contrast to what Sing Song's like, there's extreme anxiety.
The extreme, if he's got the other stuff, I think the extreme anxiety probably that's smart enough to link those two together. He's gonna fucking probe on Real.
That a wisdom save?
Yeah, DC 14.
Oh,
He's like, by the way, he's like lying on his side in the bed, and he's kind of like rubbing his hands like together, his fingers like facing away from Hipatra, and kind of just like one eye open, staring at Real like quite intently.
yeah, and real. That one fail.
Deeper down, he is worried that he's sticking with this group too much. In his past, he's flaked on groups very quickly, kind of jumped between groups, and he's sticking with this one a bit longer, and he's worried about that. He's worried about... I kind of assigned this to probing deeper because I think it would always be subconscious for Real. But he's starting to think about the ways in which he kind of is able to change and affect people, like the past life stuff, the little golden shimmers and things, but he hasn't properly noticed much of that, so it's kind of like a subconscious feeling different thing.
So how would that feel to Babette? Would it just feel like he's feeling different and feeling off?
Yeah, it would be like he's feeling the lighter level confusion would have like a deeper root of fear and
Self-doubt.
self-doubt, nervousness, feeling unsure.
Vivette
Yeah.
hates this. Can Vivette do an insight check to see if Babette either thinks this self-doubt is coming from Real's actual reasoning, or what Babette thinks is that he's going to stab him in the back?
Yeah, but hang on. I don't know what. It's like almost him trying to deceive himself subconsciously.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just do a straight insight check. Yeah, Babette, you're not sure. Real's a dodgy boy, you know. He appeared out of nowhere. Hasn't said where he's from. Well, he said he's from Full Sail. Don't a lot of people say they're from Full Sail?
Yeah, I like this vibe. Yeah, Babette is like clicking off the spell at that, and he's in full untrust mode of Real. He doesn't trust Real now.
No.
Makes sense.
I mean, it doesn't, because Babette's fucking stupid. But it makes sense if you're Babette.
And yeah, and there's a lot of shit going around at the moment.
Okay, so I'd say from this time, because you did your long rest so recently, you can use it as a short rest.
That's fair.
What sort of time would you be planning to make a move?
I think pretty fucking early. Like, Babette is not going to sleep that much. He slept throughout the evening, so I think Babette, especially feeling paranoid about Real, is probably going to be like the last one to go to sleep, first one to get up, head down to the bar and like eat a meal and drink, like probably before anyone else gets up.
Well, maybe just miss Skillfy getting up then, because she got up really fucking early.
Yeah, he might have missed Gilfy altogether, and then...
Yeah, she's pretty quiet and stealthy. Trying not to wake people up.
I don't know, I feel like he would be, like, looking out for it. Can I roll perception?
Yeah.
What's he rolling perception for?
To see if... yeah, he got 7. To see if Gilfy... It alerted him to getting up first, because he wanted to be the first to get up. Like,
Yeah, it's just because she wouldn't have slept much, really.
No, that's totally fair. He's just paranoid as fuck right now.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, she would have only just gone outside to fly around, so she wouldn't have even looked at you.
Yeah. I mean, he only got a 7 on perception, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can roll if you want.
I mean, I think Gilfie's probably up and about, like...
Oh, well.
Yeah, I think in that case, he'd make a very point. He can make a point of being like, if he noticed she was getting up, he'd get up at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, she's like, okay, Babette. Just leave out the window.
Yeah, he just goes. Yeah. He just goes down and eats breakfast and drinks by himself.
Yeah. Hang on, how much should I cost breakfast at?
Gilfy would have probably been up at like 4 a.m, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's what he's doing. He's
being crazy. Alright. God, where is it?
I can take off like 5 silver.
Oh no, it wouldn't be that much. Oh, here we go. It'd be like 6 barnacles.
I'll just take off a silver. He'll tip.
Yeah. Crow would be like, "Oh, you thought about going to see Smeg?"
Yes, we got some other business to attend to first, but definitely interested in getting another vessel.
Well, word is, if you're willing to do a little job for him, he was willing to give you the boat to do it, so just think about it yet.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Just let me eat my breakfast in peace.
What? Gives you a a weird look and walks off to the bar.
Yeah, but gives them a weird look back. And then he kind of like lowers his hat slightly on his head so people don't look at him.
Right. What are Rill Patra doing? Are they getting up a few hours later?
Rel's not leaving until Patra goes downstairs. Or into the kitchen area or whatever, eating area.
What time?
She had her in for a bit, so she'd be like,
Would she stay in, I think?
no.
They're just gonna awkwardly wait for each other.
I think Babette might have made a point of bringing Sing Song with him, actually. Because I think the fact that he's anxious is almost like reassuring Babette that his anxiety is legit.
Yeah. He would be very tired, like sitting in a chair. Did you get up so early, boss?
Early worm gets the bird, is what my daddy always used to say.
Right. Should we have a little powwow around the table in a few hours?
Yeah, just make sure you watch all these folk you travel with, you know. You never know who's gonna turn out to be one of my enemies.
He looks around. He's like, you mean of the top frogs?
Real frogs, get it right.
A real frog? Sorry, boss.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I don't know. You know, we didn't know that Hothead had those things after. We could have been stuck in that place forever.
You know, boss, it was a bit weird. He said he was from Full Sail, but I lived there my whole life and I've never seen him before.
Exactly. This just confirms my suspicions.
It is a big place, but, well, you know.
Just keep your eye open, Sing Song. It's got me on edge. I'm not feeling
And
right.
Gylfie? Do you think the Aryan actually exists, boss? Or do you think she made that up?
I don't know, man.
This is like fueling all his anxieties, and he's getting worked up, and he's eating his scrambled eggs or whatever he's fucking got, like, quite aggressively, and watching around the bar, like, eyes darting back and forth, and he's...
And Patra, well, she said she comes from deep beneath the sea, but how deep?
How deep does it go?
Indeed. Indeed.
And they said they wanted to they wanted to go into that the drug making factory. The fucker Natalie can't remember the name of it.
Oh god, what are they called? The
Elijah Gardner is nose candy. They wanted to mess with the Southside Sharks, man. What if they wanted to? They wanted to trick me into going in there and revealing myself. They seem
boss,
keen about it.
maybe you can go do some other business and I'll keep an eye on them for you while they do that, yes?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm just gonna eat my breakfast right now. I gotta keep my like my daddy used to say, like the eyes of the dogfish.
Yeah, you can tell that Sing Song has also got more paranoid during this conversation, and you both sort of end up just looking at each other at the end, and there's a very slight, like,
Yeah, Babette's definitely not in a good spot right now. He nearly died and watched Patra die and thinks it's Rill's fault because he's an idiot. I'm sorry, Tom.
No sorry necessary. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
I think, yeah, if Rill and Hepatra kind of awkwardly waiting, I think eventually Rill would figure it out and be like, I'm gonna go downstairs. See you shortly.
Gylfie would shortly swoop in for a window, assuming there is a window.
yeah? No, actually, wait, there aren't any windows, I forgot. She'd have to go through the little door.
Okay, yeah, through the little door.
Yeah, but it'd be open.
A mirror in the room.
There wouldn't. This place is way too cheap.
That's what you'd probably. There'd be a bowl of water.
You probably have to go downstairs and look into one of the drinks. Because this place is very shit and cheap. There's not even water for washing yourself. And there's not even a toilet in it. You have to go outside.
Nice. I guess I'll just have some breakfast and then we go to the guy. Gilfie, oblivious to everyone's anxiety around.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sing
Okay.
Song looks at you, Real. And he's like, "Where did you say you were from in Full Sail, Real?"
The Plumcross Bakery would be the easiest way to find it.
Oh, and is that in either Cordycia or Urania? Or is it in Ventrum?
Real would know, right?
Cordycia.
It's Cordycia. Sing Song, you should come by.
Oh,
Never
well,
any
you did.
complaints.
You did say they were good.
Certainly better than
Insight
this.
check.
On what?
On what things I was trying to get out of here.
Okay, yeah.
No. It's a disadvantage, so. Yeah.
I think Babette, I'm going to just say this like, out loud that I'm doing this, because you can, when you level up, right, you can replace your spells.
Yeah.
I'm just checking
yeah.
there's something you can do, right? That is something you can do when you level up.
For a bard, you can change one spell.
Change one spell.
Yeah.
In that case, then, Babette's
Guilt.
feeling so fucking paranoid about this that he's going to swap out Distort Value for now. And he's actually gonna, Tom's gonna fucking hate me, but he's gonna take Silvery Barbs.
Oi!
Because... Okay, this is fine. This is fine.
Quick
And
glance in
Gilfie,
case
you
of
just think Geyser is being really weird. Like it's usual for him.
It's just being a curious man, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think it's all about identify, actually. Not Distort Value. It makes more sense.
Okay.
So we go and see Caspian then, right?
Yeah. And then what? What should we do after that?
I think it will depend a lot on what he says, in terms of giving assistance for Caudal Isle and the Locusta stuff. And we got to think about if we're going to do anything about the drugs stuff as well.
Oh yeah. Well, we can still do the. I can still do the little flyover. That's the minimum we want to do.
Yeah.
So, Schmuck, was it Schmuck? I can't remember now.
The big tortoise crow.
No, the
Right.
boat, the Schmuck's brother or whatever.
Schmag.
Schmag. I say Schmag.
You'd know. He runs the Elegant Glider and Quality Craft.
He would explain that about that as well. He'd mention it, just be like,
Maybe instead of messing with the Southside, fuck, I forgot the fucking name again. The Southside Sharks, who are my enemies, I'd like to remind everyone, maybe we should consider getting ourselves a nice vessel and getting out of here. I don't want to... We just had a harrowing experience. I don't want to get dragged back in there.
True. Do you think getting a better boat will be useful? I mean, I suppose you go faster, right?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Get faster away from my enemies.
And he kind of side eyes at Real.
Oh, is he big enough to still bring your boats along? I guess if you wanted to keep them.
It is right, Karen, right? It's pretty fucking big, this boat.
Yeah. On it. And Sing Song would also say to you, Gilfie, they can, because it's a sailboat, you can travel at night, and you could reach the Pearl in less than a day if you wanted to.
Oh, that's really impressive. Well, maybe we should try and get that then. Do we know what we have to do for that guy yet, or not?
No, you don't know.
Right. Okay. Should we go to the guy now? I'll keep forgetting his name.
Yeah, you go talk to PDF.
That's Lieutenant Commander. This guy.
We need to get something for sorting that crap out.
Yeah.
I spent like 300 pearls just siphoning the magic of the pearl.
I mean, there's quite a lot.
Exactly. I need to be reimbursed at least a little bit.
I can't remember how much he was giving us, but we're gonna ask. We're gonna ask now.
He didn't specifically say, Gilfie.
Okay, that'd be what I can't remember.
If in that case, then, does Babette know that? Like, would Gilfie communicate that? Because he wasn't there. So, Babette will, in that case, then...
heading out?
Yeah, Babette wants to cast Distort Value on the gem that we got.
The correct gem?
Yeah, which is so it seems like more valuable, so they might get a higher pay out of it.
I don't think we're selling it to him.
No, but he wants to be like, look what, we found this.
Oh, I see.
And
right.
maybe.
But then if you raise its value, it's like, well, there's your reward right there.
Maybe Babette's gonna go with that anyway, though.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we go over there then. Unless we want to talk about the drugs thing a bit more.
Real. I like the idea of getting stuff done.
Cool. Let's go.
Okay. So, as you're heading out, you would walk down the north coast of the Isle. Can you all do perception checks again for me, please?
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Getting loads of nat ones.
Is Anya there?
Just sorting some stuff out for dinner.
Well, she's seen it before anyway, so it doesn't overly matter. But
there you go, she got
Babette and Hepatra does see this as well. Babette, you would see a guy, like an Aquan man, near the dock, and he starts coughing, and he just collapses on the floor, and like a small crowd run and gather around him.
Babette would point this out.
But yeah.
She like Sing Song and Gilfie, I think, and just be like. And yeah, he might. It might make him more panicky. I think he'd be like,
We need to get out of here quick. The disease is spreading.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sure it's just ill health, boss.
We can hear the coughing now that we've noticed it.
He would have collapsed and the coughing would have stopped. So you might not be hearing it. But you see this guy surrounded by a small crowd.
Oh no, I hope they dealt with the infected people appropriately.
As this giant crowd surrounds him.
walk away quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, Babette doesn't
So-
want to get near that.
Royal's gonna. Yeah, he's
Mhm.
full of guilt already. Royal's gonna fire his short bow up in the air, so it makes the thunder clap, and he's gonna
Um,
shout at the crowd. Need to get away from him.
Do an intimidation check. It's quite low DC because the thunder, they're like, "Ooh!" Yeah, and the crowd just disperses. They don't know what's going on. You can see some guards tentatively approaching. Would he give him a look or not?
He'd address them. He'd say, "This man might be contagious. You should find somewhere for him away from others."
One of them's like, "We should take him to the House of Healing. Is that right? House of the Gods, you mean?"
As long as they have somewhere in there with enough space, he shouldn't be put alongside anyone else. Alright.
You see, they sort of edge closer and pick up his body, and they're like, "Cheers, mate!" And you just see him carry this limp corpse over here. They're not really wearing anything protecting them, but you got a body off the street at least.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean a person off the street.
Yeah. Bill would turn back to the group.
Well done, Bill. I'm not really sure what they're going to do about that, though. People carrying him might just affect everyone anyway. We should probably go.
We just need to get out of here quick as possible.
Yeah, right, boss. And let's go. He sort of like scurries towards the gatehouse.
Yeah.
So- As you got to the gatehouse, you Gilfie and Rill would recognise the guards. I assume they'd explain that they've returned.
Yep.
Yeah. And you would be escorted to the luxurious building that you were once in before, at next to Conch Keep, the sort of squat stone garrison. You'd wait a few minutes before you're led in to the luxurious office of Lieutenant Caspian, that grand servant. And he looks around quickly, doesn't recognise Babette. He's like, "Oh, the young Miss Agolius and Mr. Stormcrest and friends. Will you please to take a seat. I was quite worried. You'd been gone a few days there."
Yeah, we got a little bit lost on the way. I guess my fault, really. She sits down.
Yeah, so would anyone care for some wine? There are about 4 seats in this office. Sing Song would gesture to you, Babette. She's like, "Please sit down, boss."
Yeah, we'll sit down.
Would you wine, everyone?
Yes,
No,
please.
thank you. But should just expedition dump on him. We did the tree thing, found the book, etc.
Okay, let me think. Happy react.
Because of Real's
You can
guilt,
say
he's
Real?
gonna gesture for everyone else to sit down, and he's gonna like stand, and he's probably standing like behind Babette.
Which does not help his anxiety.
Yeah, Gilfie sat down. Jumps up on that's probably too tall chair.
So would they explain all the details? Or admit anything?
Not admit anything specifically. Just like a simple version, I guess.
So He'd be like, "Oh, so you found the lumber camp had been attacked then?"
Yeah.
And it seems based on this, and he gestures to this foreman's journal. He sort of taps it with his hand, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Dreams they're having, and
Yeah. We seem to all be having weird dreams.
interesting."
Over a
And you
period of
say he
time.
fought this hag?
Was it a hack? Can't remember. Yes.
We
Yeah,
think
if
she
you'd
might have
explained what he
been-
looked like, he would have said hag.
We think she might have been what this refers to. He shows him the chunk of bark with the symbol for Madam of the Corrupted Blood on it.
He looks at it. He sort of like ponders for a sec. I'm going to make him do a history check.
Mm.
See if he
Yeah.
sort of gets anything about this.
So you could tell him what the words on the thing say as well.
That would help. I'll roll it with advantage, see if he does any better. Whoa. Well, this is all very concerning and I must say extremely grave news. It seems you have foiled the beginning of a disaster here. People who've lived a long time on Pelagia, they know the folk tales of Firebrand slaying the forest guardian, so we may take the wood of the forest without any interruption from these fae folk. We'd all just assumed that the issue was dealt with, but this sounds almost like well, it's hard to believe, really, but almost like the wood is coming back to death or life, or would have they showed him the gem at this point?
Yeah.
I bet would definitely press for that, considering he cast a spell on it.
Yeah, and Gilby just pulls it out and raises it in her hands.
And with the gem, he'd look at him like, this really is concerning.
Yeah.
Sort of looks around. There's 2 guards in there as well. He sort of like waves his hand to dismiss them.
Mm.
Leans over the desk. I assume you know some of the stories of Firebrand. He is quite the character.
Did Rill tell us a story about him afterwards? I can't remember. In the day.
A little bit, I think, yeah. Yeah, because he was trying to make sense of it all, and he would have been doing a lot of it externally during the long walk they had.
So I'll just show you again so you can remember. But Firebrand, he's a legendary figure. He's basically done jobs and he destroys elementals and things that danger the governments, but he's a very elusive figure, and many believe him to be at the wound of the world, whereas all the demons sort of like holding back the demons.
Mm. Okay.
There are in the archives in the Conch Keep many stories which I've read, wanting to know of my land's heritage, of the many things Firebrand has done, and in the maybe first 100 years, the whole of Pelagia was fraught with, well, fae who would not accept our people here, and the fledgling government at the time, the beginning of the pelagic government, they hired Firebrand to put an end to these troubles, which we believed he did. And now this story emerging is worrying. But what makes it even more worrying is, well, as you may know, many believe Firebrand to be in the ruin of the world. But Sadly, I can safely say he is not, and his moniker, the Eternal, may not be as believable as everyone believes. I have it on fact from, well, my father, the Admiral, that he died a few years ago, and he must have been born somewhere in these lands, anywhere on the Vale. Maybe
many
this is
years?
why 10, 15. It's a big secret, but I believe with his tale and gestures to the evidence, these items that you're deserving to know as well, you put a stop to it for now.
Hmm.
This must all be quite a lot to take in. I felt the same,
Yeah.
knowing that the protector of the Vale was dead.
How did he die?
Well, there is truth to him defending the wound of the world. But the enemies were too great in number, too powerful. Many believe he has been reborn to an Aquan, but that's what people here would say.
This is all well and good, but what's the reward for this? Mission be for you.
Well, reward. Well, I do remember your he looks at you, Babette. Your friend saying that they wanted the PDF to send a force to the Caudal Isle to clear it of these enemies. I can certainly do that. I can divert forces, and well, if you're willing to join them, you can. But there's no obligation. I'm sure my men are more than capable of taking care of it. As for a monetary reward, well, kind of looks into his drawer. How much would you suggest?
2,000 pearls.
Hang on a sec. I've just got to look at something. Where is she? Do a persuasion, Babette.
Persuasion. 20.
Okay. He says, monetarily, I'm willing to go up to 1,500 pearls, but I'm also willing to buy, he gestures to the gem, for another 1,000 pearls.
Deal.
Does he say deal?
The bet words, yeah.
Kind of looks to the rest of the group, as Gilfie and Real were the ones who he met initially.
And Gilfie just sort of looks at the gem. Would she know roughly how much this is worth? Like, they're quite rare, right?
They are quite rare. Doing an Arcana check.
$16.
You think it's a fair price for a normal elemental gem, but you know that the necrotic ones could be maybe a little bit more expensive, but people don't usually want them because it's associated with evil.
Okay.
So that could either increase or decrease the price depending on who you're dealing with.
Yeah. She just sort of looks around for anyone, if anyone was interested in necrotic damage on their stuff. Because she's not.
I would say Gilfie, you could use it as a spellcasting focus and make your spells necrotic.
Yeah. I don't think she wants necrotic damage, especially if it's seen as evil.
Yeah.
So she'll look around, see if anyone else reacts to Babette wanting to sell it.
Rill is incredibly distracted right now with everything that's been said.
Sing song, Patra.
He would Sing Song be like, "Well, boss, it sounds like a fair price to me if you think it is."
Yeah, I want to be rid of this thing. It's caught me nothing but
Patra doesn't
hardship.
care.
Okay.
Patra's out of it, right?
Yeah,
Did
she's
she just
pretty
like-
pathetic.
Fair enough.
She's like, just shrugs.
Well, turns back around from looking at the group. I guess what Babette said.
Interesting. Fine. That's 2,500 pearls, and I will take the gem.
Deal.
Hands it over tentatively.
Yeah, he takes it, and you see him look at it, and you see his face detect that it's magical, and he just slips it into a drawer next to his desk.
Mhm.
Mr. Stormcrest, I know you're worried about Coeur d'Isle, but I will be sending 3 PDF keel boats, which includes a contingent of 21 PDF guards, and as a gesture to how well you've done, I will accompany the men and lead them to victory. Does that sound good?
It does. What we found there was going to be like gradually was getting more powerful, wasn't it? So she'll say that as well.
Mm.
I think that's
That's
you're
something
thinking
else.
of the
Yeah.
Locuster,
Maybe.
Yeah.
which he's already
So
said
what you
he'll
saw-
send people to investigate, right, or like check it out.
If you asked him, he's already sent a keel boat there because
Okay.
that was the deal. If you accepted it,
Okay.
Yeah, that 3.
But based on-
21 people is and yourself is a good response. I would like to travel with you.
Mhm.
When do you plan to set out?
not on the morrow, but the day after the morrow. So, well, you know what it is next month, though. It's going to be getting hot, as it were. Height of the year, twin suns blazing down. Might want to get some, might be a bit more exhausting traveling on the seas, but you did us well. We'll go.
Yeah.
And, well, seeing as you did everything I asked and more, I have also, allowed you lot access to the whole Wooden Keep. You can visit the Pelagic Armory, you can visit the market, or you can visit the more genteel inn of Pelagia, the Cross Trident Inn, and I will reveal those to where they are on the map. And if you speak to Foden at the Pelagic Armory, I'll send word, and maybe you can choose out a weapon or an armor piece for yourselves each. On me, of course.
Oh, well, thank you. I wasn't expecting even more reward.
Well, I wasn't expecting something like this to be unveiled. It's really quite exceptional what you did. And that gem is exquisite.
We'll definitely go and check out the armory then. She looks around for everyone's reaction.
Yeah, there's a few things I'd like to get.
Yeah, but
And
It's really a good idea to sell this powerful necrotic gem to a complete stranger.
Yeah.
But we have absolutely no idea who he is.
Hopefully he's good.
Bet don't care,
Well,
as long as it's not in his
Just saying
hand.
it, 'cause-
I love the contrast of Anya like, oh man, and Hipatra just like,
I do
Yeah.
not care.
um,
Yeah, I had to say something because I'm here just wrapping stuff in cling film, and I'm like, please don't do this. But anyway,
Caspian would say, the market in the central plaza is more of a goods market, but if you plan on doing any trading between settlements, it could be a good investment if you go to the right places. And well, you have quite a lot of money now, though, so maybe you don't need more.
Maybe we can get some potions. Maybe. Well, thank you. I guess we'll go now.
And
One
as
more
if
thing.
you're leaving, oh yeah, go ahead, Roll.
Are you aware of the potential spread of disease here?
Disease?
There was a man earlier who collapsed on the street, coughing and spluttering.
Persuasion check.
Persuasion. Straight roll. A 9.
Oh, no.
He nods along. He's like, was this on the north side?
Yes.
Well, disease is rampant there. It's not uncommon for some poor wretch to collapse in the street.
Okay.
Okay.
But I will send someone after him, I suppose. And if you wish to know more, bearing your heritage and Firebrand, if you plan on travelling to the Pearl, the Glass Column Library could be revealing. I've never been myself, but it holds the most knowledge in the whole of the lake.
This is at the Pearl.
At the Pearl, it's a giant glass tower that centers the whole thing. Biggest library. I don't know. I haven't met many Fire Ganassi, but the ones I have met have normally very interested in their heritage. And the mention of Firebrand gets some of them more than excited. So, learning what you just did, I wouldn't be surprised if you were curious.
I am. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I guess we might see you again. Does a little bow, spreads the wings, leaves.
He'd properly stand up and give you all a bow. He's like, "What have you done? What you have done for Pelagia is a great thing, and your actions could have saved even more people on Cordelisle or Blackpool. If you want to help, I've always got coin." And he'd sit back down.
Consider the help from the Aryan, not just myself.
I will remember you well. I haven't seen many like you.
Well, maybe in the future you'll see more if we end up integrating a little bit more.
Well, maybe if I write a letter to the Aryan, you can come and pick it up, eh?
Maybe. And yeah, bow and leave.
Okay.
How's the money
Okay.
being split?
Yeah, how much is it again?
500 each, I think.
100 each?
5.
After you give guises to him the bet, he'd slip you 250 pearls and he'd be like, "No, I don't need the money, boss."
Nice. We're playing at that.
Flipping
Need
it.
it.
Oh, you just give it to him out in the open.
Oh, is that payment for the bombs you make?
It's a down payment for after for Fort Sing Song, as it were. Got to keep everyone a bit interested. Maybe I could give you all 50 pearls each. What do you say?
That's okay. You can keep it. You can buy stuff in the
in
market.
the first place.
Well, I guess I'll
Have we
keep it to
been told
myself.
about
Yeah.
Fort Sing Song?
I don't think so.
I don't remember this.
No, I don't think we have.
Is Anya super fuzzy and backgroundy for anyone else?
Yeah.
And microwave sounds.
Oh, right.
Satisfying
Sorry.
beat.
It's alright.
Yeah, she'd just be like, I wasn't interested in the first place, so.
Rill would be like, "What's Fort Sing Song?"
Oh, well, it's my little estate on Full Sail.
Your little estate.
Yes, where I lived prior to getting lost in Blackpool. As he's looking around coyly.
Okay.
But the boss man here said, well, there's a reward, and it's quite a big place, and maybe you could help me get it back. Don't know. And he looks around, like not making eye contact with anyone.
Was the boss man planning to mention this at any point?
Well, I was, we had more important things to discuss. I suppose we could. I said we consider it, Sing Song,
Yeah, so that's why I was slipping you, boss man, some, convince him fully.
Okay. So it's an unfinished plan, I see.
Well, of course, you'd all be welcome to, hang out there, and we could even go get some looks at real bread at your bakery. Maybe we could set up a little shop outside or something. What about a bread boat just floating that could go up and down? That sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe. Funny to think of you as one of the estate folk.
Oh, well, I'm not as rowdy as I look, hothead.
Well, I'd like to go to the armory.
Me too.
Yeah. Should we go there first, or should we go to the market first?
Armory
That's the
first,
key.
I
Not the keeps. That was me misclicking.
Okay. Yeah. That's the market.
Yes. I mean, doesn't really matter either.
So he
Armory.
did say that the market is a goods market. It's like big warehouses. It's like where you trade leather and like iron, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'd like to buy 100 kilograms of iron ore.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So
Okay.
find this.
For Babette, maybe.
Well, if he had a ship, maybe.
Hmm.
So
Go to armory then, I suppose.
yeah. So, as you head towards the armory, I thought I wrote a little bit for this. Oh yeah. Magic market. Yeah, where did I put it? Okay. So as you go towards the market, something would strike you strange as you see the humanoid working outside of the market is clearly a dwarf.
The armory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like
Okay.
this.
A dwarf?
Yeah, a dwarf.
Rill would take off his nullite band and put it in his bag.
He's you can just see him hammering down. So he's very squat, but he's extremely wide and very squat, and you just see him hammering out something like on the anvil. He seems to be chewing something in between his teeth, and you just see him spit out this big gob of beef fat onto the floor. He seems very into his work.
So Aryan are quite magical. Is that like a commonly known thing that the Aryan are quite magical?
The what?
The Aryan. People.
more so than other areas. The dwarven government would know, but this guy, you have no idea.
Yeah, it's just a random guy. Yeah, she's just gonna walk up then. I don't think I've got anything super magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Babette's following up. He's I don't really know how Babette's feeling. Right after completing that mission. I think he just kind of wants to get out of here.
So we just he's just outside, or is he
Yeah,
inside?
he's outside at his working away. He's got his back to you at the moment.
Excuse me. She sort of waves a bit.
Sort of
She's gonna be quite close.
turns around. See this knotted beard. He moves these tiny little goggles onto the top of his head. He's like, "Can I help you?"
Okay, that's his reaction. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I've forgotten his name again. Guy in there, Caspian, says, what did he say? That we can get a free thing? Yeah, should just say what he said. I can't remember exactly.
Oh, yeah, you're a lot. He said went off out into the woods, right?
Yeah, we did. And we did the mission, and Caspian said we could have a freebie, I think.
Looks around. You sure about that?
Well, I mean, depends what you got.
Well, got a lot. Wouldn't you like to know?
He said he'd send word ahead.
And you say that, you hear people walk out, like following slightly behind you, and he, listening to the conversation, he just gives like Foden a little like, "Yeah, it's fine." He's like, "Right, all right then. What do you want? Got everything here, weapon, armor, even a few little bits I do. Something a bit, special if you wanted. If it's not in stock, I am a master blacksmith, as it is."
A master blacksmith, so you must have some quite good stuff then.
Yeah, back in Heemstone Isle, one of the best until I left.
Inside check.
Yeah. I think Real's like,
Yeah. But bet you're not sure. You're like a dwarf, don't see many of them. But Real and Gilfy get the idea that this guy might have just left on his own accord.
Mm.
He doesn't seem ashamed at all.
Yeah.
what brought you out here?
Oh, some people don't have the same ideas as the rest of my brethren, and I just didn't fit in.
Okay. I get that.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I'm looking for some armor and a shield.
Armor, right. Well, got no PDF stuff. So, yeah, you can get you any armor you want, any weapons you want, as long as they're not, too fancy. Have some masterwork items in as well, but I don't have any armor that's that fancy. I can make you some. It might take a while though.
Yeah, I'd like to get myself a hands on some of the armor.
And so basically, he rules.
Babette's going to ask him what's the best light armor he's got.
Well, he would have anything on the armor table that I just showed you, and anything on the weapons table.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, okay.
And he would, if anyone took particular interest in weapons, he would show you around. Like, this is a master crafted dagger, and like slam it down. And he picks like a spear out of his back. Spear. Got short bows in, pikes, tridents, and you can see all these items he's showing you have this very dwarven runic pattern of it. And you know, add 300 pearls on to whatever the base cost is, and then I'll give me 4 days, and I'll make a masterwork weapon for you if you want. And then there's a 10 pearl delivery fee, if you know where you're going to be, of course.
Oh, I don't think we can guarantee that. Kind of looks down. She's wearing the mariner's leather still. So that's still kind of the best thing in this area to wear.
Yeah.
She'll look over to Real and say, "There's not really anything I can use, but I can get you my free thing if you want. Say 2 things."
That's really kind, Gilfie. How much is our Caspian voucher good for, sir?
Well, he does like a... Whoa! Can't give you full plate, but half plate is fine.
Like,
So, you know, you might look a bit dwarfy if you had full plate, and not sure how people react to that around here.
yeah, I'll take half plate.
That's a
My
done
voucher.
deal. Put it down, and he's like, might be a bit heavy. No, but you kind of looks at Real. He's like, don't really know what you are, but you look a bit similar to the Aquans.
I'll make it work. And I'd like to just buy a shield if that's alright.
Yeah, fine. What do you want on it?
Oh.
Give me the rest. Yeah, for you.
What do I want on it? Wow.
What about hammer smashing an anvil? Good one. Oh wait, what about shield? You could have a shield on your shield.
A shield.
How
Double shield.
about flaming arrow?
Flaming hammer. Like that. I like that a lot. Right. Maybe if you give me midday, I'll have it done for you.
Perfect, thank you.
Best's gonna take a heavy crossbow, if that's alright, from his free reward.
He looks at the bet and he's like, good choice that one.
Yeah.
Good choice. You're probably doing some heavy damage with that, right?
Yeah, I shoot people real good, lad.
Yeah. You know, when people are coming after you, like the Ascendancy came after me when I left. Good to have that in your arsenal. Pick them out.
Bet's gonna try and sell him the light crossbow.
Okay. Looks at it. He's like, where do you get this?
I had it for a while. Bought it back in the pearl.
Well, yeah, explains it. I'll give you 10 pearls for it.
He's gonna try and persuade him to, like, go up to 15.
Okay.
Persuasion. 11.
Shakes his head. I'll go up to 11, but for this sort of craftsmanship, probably sold it, you know. They haven't seen real work before.
Fine.
Yeah, he'll hand over the 11, or whatever, he'll take the 11.
Sing song will take.
You're
Boss,
sure,
what did I
Gilfie?
have? Oh, go on.
The real was just going to say, if you're sure, Gilfie, I wouldn't mind a breastplate as well. Less clunky. When I need to be stealthy.
The bet gives relies when he says that.
Gilfie disappeared.
Sorry. Oh yeah, she did say BRB.
Oh, okay.
She's probably gone to the store with that.
Yeah, Sing Song would be like, Boss, what should I get in Boston? A breastplate? I'd like something. Maybe a frog?
Yeah.
With a crown on?
Yeah, that idea. You get that.
In a puddle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sing Song would say that to Foden, and Foden would be like, alright. Anyone else getting anything? I mean, Hepatra could get something if she wanted, but I'm not I mean, a weapon maybe?
She does want something. She's shouting from the kitchen.
It's not really worth
Where
me
she
buying anything
goes.
because all the light armor, like my natural armor, just means it's the same. So and
Well, yeah.
I'm not proficient in any other armors, so
Cleopatra be able to wield a heavy crossbow? Pretty strong. Right?
Yeah, heavy just means you have disadvantage if you're a small size like Gilfie.
Yeah. So you can take a heavy crossbow if you want.
He's gonna go for. Yeah.
He would give you and Babette 50 bolts as well.
oh, nice.
Cracking.
And be like, what's a weapon without, cutting edge?
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, fuck it. Ro's getting in on that. He'll pay for it himself though. 50 pearls for a heavy crossbow.
Yeah.
And an extra. I think they're it's a pearl for 20 ammo, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'll
In that
make
case,
it.
could Hepatra buy some extra ammo
Yeah.
as well?
Cool.
Thank you.
Did anyone use
Yeah.
Gilfie's free thing yet? Or
Rill asked if you'd be alright with getting a breastplate for him because
Go for it.
it's a step down from half plate, but it doesn't. It's less clunky, so he can be stealthy with it.
nice. Yeah.
So is Real getting the breastplate?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you
So,
want.
Foden were like, you want a matching set?
Yes, sure, yes, please.
Aiming arrow. Got it. Right. You lot clean me out.
Patra
look
would
so-
get 10 pearls worth of ammo for the crossbow as well.
How much does one...
That's a lot. That's 200 bolts.
He's planning on shooting some shit up.
Yeah. If anything's in further range.
I also don't think that in my head I'm like, well, I don't know when I'm next going to be able to buy some ammo. I want to run out.
No, I completely agree. If it's messing with your weight carried, we've got a bag of holding. Don't forget. If anyone wants to put things in bag of holding, just let me know.
I'm good for now.
Gilfie would be like,
Very odd noise.
I've been carrying around this bedroll for so long. Pretty heavy. About £7.
You want to put it in the bag of holding?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, but
They got loads of bedroll.
still not even half full that bag of holding. It's got so much shit in it.
Nice.
It's just as well we don't have a bag of holding, Tom.
Oh, the dream.
We have a flat of holding.
Yeah, we live in the flat of holding. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You all done with your business there?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody uses a dagger, do they? They don't want a masterwork dagger.
Masterwork is the +1, right, Kieran? But it's not
Plus one.
magical.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't think it's worth it for real.
Cool.
Okay.
Then yeah.
So as you leave, he'll be like, excellent. Now, just tell everyone how Foden saved you at some point of those weapons and we're all good. And he puts his goggles back down. He's like, gonna get to work now. And sort of has the, you see him pick out the items that you ordered. He starts doing some engraving into them.
Hell yeah. This guy's awesome.
Nice. Should we go to the marketplace now then? Is there anything we want from there?
Not sure if there will be. It's all gonna be kilos of spices or what have you. I guess we've got the bag, but
Yeah.
yeah. If we wanted to do some trading between islands, we're gonna need a bigger ship.
Hmm. Where is this guy that has a bigger ship that we can get? Where is he?
You'd know that he is if you're on the map screen, which I'll reveal where it is here. The Elegant Glider and Quality Craft, and you've walked past it before. You know that the Southside Sharks hideout is also down there.
Okay.
But you walked past it on your way in. So
Well, we can always deal with that after then, I guess. Or now.
I don't know. Do you want to do a flyover, Gelfie?
Yeah. Of the drug place.
Yeah.
It might be. It could be better for seeing if I do it now in the day, but it'd be more stealthy in the evening.
That's true.
We should get out of here. I think we just get a boat and go. There's sickness on the loose. My enemies we want to go in. Has been sucked into bad woods. I want to get the hell off this island.
Oh, I get your feelings for a bit, but we got the opportunity to get a bigger boat. Is that not what you wanted as well?
That's what I'm saying. Let's get the boat and get the hell out of here.
Oh. Well, we could do the flyover now. I can try and be stealthy. If we want.
I ain't going anywhere near there. I'm gonna go wait back at the Rusty Bucket, and you lot can get a boat and do whatever you want to do. I can go sort out the burger boat and the bread boat at the Second Fin Ding Company, and then we can meet back at the Rusty Bucket and then head out.
I'm not gonna be heading out. I want to stay and go with a PDF to Coeur Lyle.
Well, either way, we should get our own boat and then sail out.
We could get a head start and scout out for them. If we're gonna go back that way.
That's true, yeah.
But we should try and get the boat first then. Or I can do a quick flyover while you guys do that and then report back, or...
You don't want to stay in the fancier inn, Babette? Cross Trident?
That's a good point. I'll stay in there.
Okay.
Alright, let's go to this place we can get the ship from.
Oz, do you want me to go and help acquire the boat, or join you at the Cross Trident Inn?
You stay with me, Sing Song.
Hang on, we're all going to get the boat first, right?
No, you're going to get the boat. Babette's waiting
We're
at
all
the
getting
thing with
the boat.
Sing Song.
Yeah, Babette doesn't want to
Right.
go down anywhere near the...
Oh, okay. So,
Bad
okay.
people.
He doesn't want to walk past it either. Okay.
No.
And Sing Song asked Babette if he wants him to go help get the boat, or come to the Cross Trident Inn.
Right.
No, he did say he wanted to keep him with him. He doesn't want...
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Well,
If we're all walking past anyway, I could just do a flyover on the way.
okay. Yeah. So, if you're splitting up, I'm going to do Real, Hepatra, and Gilfie first, and then I'll do Babette and Sing Song.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Gilfie. So, how close to this place are you going to get?
Well, remind me again what exactly we're trying to look out for and how open it is.
Okay.
Because if it's just a roof that I'm going to be looking at, then it's kind of pointless.
I've got a few details that Ara told you before. I'll read those to you before you get there. Where is it? Nose candy. So she told you that this building has a 20-foot high log wall, has 2 entrances to west, which are usually guarded by Southside sharks. It's surrounded by a forest to the east and to the east. The compound is separated into 4 distinct buildings. The central building is a misshapen warehouse, where she expects the lab to be. And the northwest, she knows, is a meeting room. And she doesn't know what the other 2 buildings are.
Okay. So she is gonna fly quite high at first, so that she just looks basically like really high. So she basically just looks like a bird.
Okay.
From above. Do a couple circles, see what she can see.
Okay. Let me just have a look at this. Blah, blah, blah. So, how far away would everyone else be from the hideout as Gylfi does this?
I think we'd just be walking past, right? I don't think we're waiting for Gylfi.
Okay. So, you would notice just straight away that the decking beneath you is much better quality than the north. And it wouldn't take you long from this gatehouse to reach the compound. You can see the log wall, which is casting a big shadow over the decking, and you can see sandbags and rough barricades which block the open entrances. And you walk past, you would be able to see there are guards sort of looking out, and I'll take you over to the map so you can just put your counters down here. So as you walk past, see what you'd see.
Okay.
Gylfi, if you're that high up, you can start to move your do a stealth check with advantage. Because you're very high up, so they probably easily mistake you. And everyone else will be able to see they're not looking too hard out.
Yeah, I think the stealth check's at normal roll because I'm at disadvantage. Exhaustion.
Oh, yeah, that's fine then.
Hey.
Sorry, I don't know
I'm
where I'm
pinging
supposed to be. Are
You're
you?
just walking past.
Third
Oh,
natural
very
one
much
in a row.
nice. Thank you.
So, Gylfi,
It's love.
Yeah.
with that, as you start to get over, you would hear a few shouts below straight away, and everyone outside would you'd see these 2 guards just looking up and be like, "What's that up there? I can't see it."
Oh my god, natural one.
Yeah,
They're just like looking. It's like, "Is that a bird?" And they're gonna do a perception check. And then one of them's like, "It's not a bird. It's like a bird person." And then they've completely lost sight of you guys walking past. They're just staring at Gylfi, who Gylfi might be like.
Could you hear them screaming that though? Because if she does, then she's just gonna fly away. Like,
A perception check, Gylfi.
yeah. Nice.
You would hear them say that, yeah. I'll tell you a few other things you might see with that perception check. You'd see a lot of barrels here. The roofs are thatched. Not much else. You see these 2 guards, and they're like, hear them shouting like, "Oh, you get down in there, Vesta! There's something above us!" And Gylfi, which way would Gylfi be flying?
It'd be just whichever way, because obviously they've noticed her pretty much straight away. So she would just be heading in the direction that they were going as well.
Okay.
Just the direction of the boat guy.
Would you be keeping an eye on them?
Yeah, I mean, depends, because when they've noticed her, she's just going to fly, like, away in general, not, like, get more into the place.
Are other people sort of listening? Are you like doing a very slow walk past so you know what's going on with Gilfy? Or are you just pretty much charging past?
Slow walk past, for sure.
Okay, Rill and Patrick can do perception checks. And Gilfy, you would see a Fire Ganassi woman walk out of this building here, and she's like,
Like,
she kind of looks up. She's like, that's double as the patrols. But you can't keep your eyes on anything. Como's not going to be pleased. And she like storms back in. And then you hear the other ones be like, fucking hell, more work. And you see that one of them sort of takes up his position and the other one sort of goes dashing off. And that's probably all you would see, Gilfy.
yeah.
You would have heard them shout that conversation.
Yeah, she's just like, bugger that up. I guess I'll just fly away.
Would you do like a big loop round?
She's gonna just fly a bit higher so it's even harder to see, like in the cloud maybe even a little bit, and just fly over this direction.
Yeah. Everyone walking past, you would hear like slight shouting. It's not that urgent, but definitely as Gilfy sort of lands back, you can hear a bit of like commotion inside the compound. But if you kept walking, nothing would happen.
Rill didn't see the Fire Ganassi lady.
You can do a perception check to see if you did, because I don't know where you were standing at the time.
Well, I rolled a 12 for walking past.
It depends how far past it was, because if you were like, with your way your token was, you would have definitely seen her come out. But if you were
Yeah,
down here, you
he
definitely wouldn't have.
Yeah, he wouldn't have stopped. It would be no.
Yeah.
No, Gilfy doesn't land until she sort of gets to the boat guy, really. She just kind of loops all the way over the water a bit even, until they can't see.
Okay. Yeah. You'd notice, Gilfy, that they haven't followed you, but based on that conversation, not good.
No.
Right. I'll take you. So you would carry on towards the Elegant Glider and Quality Craft, right?
Yeah, I think you'd meet Gilfy probably just outside it. Well, they're very perceptive. Maybe I probably should have. Maybe I should have taken off my uniform first. Maybe that would have helped. It's quite bright blue, you know. Yeah, they seem to have maybe doubled the patrol now. I did see a Fire Ganassi woman down there.
How old did she look?
How old did she look? I don't know. Would she have been able to see that from that far away?
I don't think she would have been able to tell from that far away, but definitely by the flames, you know she was Fire Ganassi and maybe a woman.
Older than 10 to 15 years old.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure though. But yeah, other than that, I didn't really get to see much. They sort of spotted me straight away. Maybe I should have cast my spell. You see, I look a bit sheepish about it, but she's.
It's alright. You took a risk for us, Gilfy. Thank you.
Well, that's okay.
We can have a proper think about what to do with that situation later on, but for now, let's go see if we can get a bigger boat.
Yeah, let's go in.
Okay. So as you're walking towards this building, you can see fine keel boats, which are the boats that you were told this person might have. You also see like sailing ships and galleys. Like outside of this quite elegant building is some fine vessels, which look a bit out of place around this area, but You see the nice little shop front for Elegant Glider and Quality Craft, and it looks like it's sort of got like a pull-up, what do you call it, divider.
Mm.
And at the moment it's pulled down with a little sign on it.
Okay.
The sign say.
It says, just knock.
Real will not.
Do you hear this sort of banging about as a few seconds go by, and the little divider pops up, and you see the bulbous face of a Lacaffa pop out at you. You're like, welcome to the Elegant Glider and the Quality. My name is Smag Southside, the owner of this operation here. How may I help your esteemed selves today?
Lovely to meet you. My name is Rill. This is Gilfie and Hepatra.
A pleasure, Real Gilfie Antipatra. What kind of vessel are you seeking, or are you just looking for a little ride around the coast? We have a few people who like that.
Not us, I'm afraid. We're it was a keel boat, right?
Yeah.
We're actually in the market for a keel boat, and we heard that you were in the market for some help.
A keel boat, you say? You heard this through the seaweed vine?
Precisely.
Well, oh well. And he starts patting down. He pulls out a tiny little handkerchief and he dabs his head a bit. Maybe we should talk a bit more. Everyone huddle around a bit.
Huddles.
Yeah, Rill huddles in.
Uses wings to make it smaller.
I have a fine keelboat that you may keep if you deliver something for me.
Deliver something?
Well,
Pretty good at that. What is it?
Well, see, my girl, that's the catch. The keelboat has the cargo. I just need it taken to the shoals on the Pearl, and well, you do that. You can keep the boat as well as fire. Oh. Sounds like a good deal, doesn't it?
It does. How would you know when we get it to the Pearl?
Well, he reaches behind his desk and he's like, now where did I put those? He pulls them out. Yes. And he puts down what you'd recognise, Gilfie, as 2 sending stones.
Oh, okay.
I have one here. And he sort of slightly pushes it towards you. And he's like, you have one on the boat, and once you're out at sea, well, I can give you a little message and give you more details of where this cargo should go. If you just take... Well, the idea is you just go to the shoals, dock where I tell you, and my friend will unload the boat, and then the boat is yours.
I mean, that sounds easy enough.
Oh, it's quite easy.
Is there a deadline on this?
Oh, well, I wouldn't want it to take more than 10 days.
It's reasonable.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the only catch is you're not allowed to look at the cargo or deal it or anything like that.
Oh no, you don't look at the parcels.
Yes, I like this one.
What do you think Babette will think, Real?
What a question.
Mind of Babette.
I think he'll be overjoyed. A
Yeah.
ship and 500 pearls for simply taking something along.
Exactly. It's a small job and a big reward, so... Kind of shrugs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. And, unless you got something illegal in there, that wouldn't be very good. But I
No,
don't think you do, right?
no, you can do an insight check. He's just like, no. I'm an upstanding quality craft salesman.
Yeah. No.
You think for the reward this guy's giving, whatever is in the boat it's like either not legal, it's very dangerous, it's wanted, something like that.
As long as it's not dangerous, right?
Oh no, it's not dangerous at all. Do another insight check if you want.
This guy.
So Gilfy,
Yeah.
really, you just think it's dodgy as hell, but you don't get the impression that it is dangerous by itself.
Okay.
Like maybe you guys having it is dangerous, but on its own, it's not dangerous.
Okay. Well, suddenly I feel not sure, but if it'll help us on our journey, I guess.
Yes, keelboat's very small, very fast.
Yeah.
So what are you driving at the moment? Rowboats? Looks at you.
Fucking snooty piece of shit. How much space does this cargo take?
Well, let me have a look. I've got to look at the where are they? Making counts. Boats. Keelboat. Here we go. So the cargo takes. He's just thinking. Oh god, I didn't put it on there. Well, that's 0.05 tons. Cargo capacity of a keelboat, as you may know, is 0.5 tons. So, not too much at all, about a tenth.
Okay. And what do you imagine us doing if someone else wants to look at the cargo?
If anyone wants to look at a cargo, the only thing I say is you do not talk about me. You shouldn't let them look, but if they're forceful, don't hurt yourselves defending it. Yes. He just smiles at you.
Oh.
Love this guy. Okay, well,
Can Gilfy just have a quick glance around the room and see if she can see behind this divider, see what this package could potentially be, and if there's any in the room?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Roll a perception check.
Yeah.
So, in the room, there's a lot of things in there that look like they're probably just trying to drive up the value of this place. Like it's made to look fancy and stand out. One thing you do notice are a lot of little, I don't know, kind of like crystals, like keepsakes, something like cleaning stones. You're not really sure. There's nothing that points to anything illicit in this room.
Okay. Yeah, that's just one of it.
we have two other companions with us. We'll need to confer with them before we confirm with you.
Yeah, there's 5 of you going. Well, a keelboat can usually take about 7, 3 crew and 4 passengers. So I feel like you'll be well off. Be able to handle that thing like a dream.
And
Especially when it's all yours.
just out of interest, how much would you normally charge for a keelboat?
Or a keelboat would be about About 3,000 pearls.
See.
I mean, it's not top of the line keelboat, you know. It's an old model, built before the days of, clink clog style, before the nice caravel style they have now. But it's functional and it'll get you places. Much better than those rowboats, of course.
Does it have a name?
It does not, actually. The new captain would be able to name it, as is convention. I don't give my boats names. People don't like things being used, you know. I like to give off the impression of fine, new quality craft.
Well, perhaps we'll see you a little later on today.
Mayhaps I would only ask you do not talk to anyone about this, except your companions you've mentioned. I'm trying to keep it hush-hush. You never know, people might try and steal. But the cargo is precious to me.
Safe with us. Will would leave.
He's like, and I do hope you take me up on my offer. And he closes the hatch.
Just kind of looking over. I assume the boat is docked around here somewhere.
Yeah, okay. Based on what he said, do a perception check to see if you can work out which boat it is.
No.
There's a few keel boats. Gilfie, one does stand out to you. It is a bit older than the rest of the models. It's not a caravel style, but it looks perfectly serviceable. You don't notice any holes in the sails. The sort of quality of the boat looks fine to you anyway.
Okay. I mean, I don't know much about boats, so I guess it's good. Shrugs. Should we go back to Babette? Now?
Yeah, I think so. Are you going to be okay passing the hideout, or do you want to take a big loop again?
It's probably a good idea to take a big loop. Just in case.
Alright,
I'll see you in a minute.
see you in a sec.
So if you took a loop, Gilfie, you'd be fine doing that. No one would really bother you. So we'll jump across to Babette and Sing Song as they go to the Cross Trident Inn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me have a look here. So, Babette, fine oak beams bow from the ceiling of the Cross Trident Inn. Scents of rare delicacies drift through the air, whilst well-dressed PDF officers can be calmly seen toasting each other. You see a portly Lacafos rubbing down the bar area, ensuring it is spotless. From your adventures so far, this may be the finest establishment you've discovered. The old world completely banished and built anew.
This is more like it.
You're right, boss. This is our style.
Yeah, real frog style.
Do we have a drink?
Yeah, go get us some drinks, Sing Song.
All right, boss. We'll get the best thing on the menu. Yeah. So, Babette, if you nestle down in a corner, you would see the Lacapra at the bar, which Sing Song's now talking to, is wearing a captain's hat, and Sing Song just seems to be properly going at it with him, boring him. You can see these two nobles over here are arguing with each other quite heatedly, and there seems to be another PDF officer sort of waiting in the corner. You can tell he's sort of surveying the room.
Okay. I think Bet's keeping to himself. Babette wants to go off this aisle. He's feeling paranoid about not only his enemies being on the Isle, but what happened with the hag, and he's also feeling a bit paranoid about Rill. He just kind of wants to be like, you know, when you're really anxious and you're just like, oh, I just need to get out of the house, sort of thing. And you just that's how he feels. He feels very restless, and he's probably kicking his feet a little bit at the edge of the table. He's very eager to hear back from the rest of the crew and just see what they've reported back on this ship, because he's very eager to get off this isle.
Okay, so eventually Sing Song would come back, and he's like, I ordered a spruce beer each and a pelagic gumbo, boss. Sounds rather good. And can you roll a d4 for me, please, Natalie?
Yeah. 3.
The barkeep over there, his name was Captain Blorp. What a name! He didn't like being. He was a weird old guy, but But he was telling me that apparently a new pearl has arisen at the Bounty.
What?
Yeah, apparently a new pearl has come up. It's been hailed as a miracle, and there's going to be a bidding war on the first of Okigem. So next month.
That's very curious.
Wait, sorry, the third of Okigem. So that's 3 days away.
Well, that's something we could look into.
Yes, we're not that far, really. I mean, like a pearl, and well, we just got some money together. Maybe we could, splash out, or maybe we could go to Fort Sing Song, get my savings, and well, get ourselves a pearl.
Now, I like the sound of that, because based off our current financial situation, I don't think this is going to be enough to secure a pearl, but I think we need at least 1,000 pearls for that, but I don't know.
Well, Fort Sing Song, well, maybe more than 1,000 pearls. He gives you a look like...
Exactly. I'm going to recommend to the crew that we head off to Fort Sing Song next and secure us a little base. I think that the top part will see its day. It was a grand base, but it's a bit far,
Yes. Well, maybe if we help Hothead with his little mission, we can get him on board, as it were.
Still keep your eye out for that one.
I am. Something about his story just doesn't add up.
I agree, it doesn't. But,
And I think... Oh, yeah.
but, that said, he still protected us so far. So,
He has.
I'm not completely on board the Hothead's evil train, but there's suspicion. And where suspicion lies, there can be... things can run deep. There's somebody's not telling us.
Well, maybe if we help him with his little mission, we can dig a bit deeper.
I agree. That's right, they say.
I mean...
That's what they say, don't they, Sing Song?
I don't know what
keep
he's
your-
planning to do there. What do they say, Bob?
They say keep your enemies close.
Yes,
So
that is true.
if he's our enemy, then we gotta soften him up a little bit, make him think we're on his side.
Well, he did say he had family on Full Sail.
Exactly, we gotta check out this story.
Yes, we should interrogate the family, but in a nice way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Then we can get the full picture on him. And his dad runs a business. Isn't that a bit, exploitative? And he kind of looks at you.
My daddy run a business, it doesn't mean exploitative or nothing.
Yeah, but it's a bakery. You know what they say about bakers? They put sawdust in the bread to rip people off.
Well, I can confirm that for myself, and if it turns out that's the case, then, maybe we got some talking to do with this Hothead Senior.
Well, and I did hear Gilfie's little thing is at the bank. Do you know what that's all about?
The bank?
Yes, on the pearl.
I ain't going
Yeah.
no Pearl.
Good point, boss. Good point.
I say we get on out of here, head over to Full Sail, like you said, and then we can secure your estate, secure the funds, and then go check out this Pearl, and then maybe help out Hothead and see if he's legit.
Sounds like a good idea, boss. And as you come to the end of that little conversation, this gumbo would come over that smells heavenly to you, Babette. It's probably the best thing you'd have eaten in quite a while.
Yeah. Charles down.
And after maybe about an hour, the rest of the crew would rock up to this place.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Babette would discuss the plan.
Okay.
He would just say,
Right, I think we need to get off this island. It's got the hairs on the. If I had hairs on the back of my neck, then they would have them up. And
Yeah. Didn't you want to go to the thing? We talked to the guy with the boat as well. Just got to deliver some stuff.
The pearl.
well,
Which we're going to anyway, eventually.
I
Then
ain't
we'll get
heading.
to.
I ain't heading to the Pearl. That's a hive of scum and villainy who are after specifically me.
Wasn't the plan you said to go to the pearl? I thought there was a new pearl at the pearl.
No, Pearl's at the bounty, which is kind of near the Pearl. Hang on, you'd all know this. So I'll show you the map. So you're here at the moment. The
in
bounty
between.
is there. Full Sail is there. And the Shoals is like up here in this tiny bit here.
Okay.
So,
Well, then.
here's my plan. Go back to the map, Karen. I want to draw
Oh.
on the map. Hothead, you want to go check out this PDF thing, right? Called Lyle.
Yeah, get revenge for Flood.
Right, so if you want to do that, then I say we head round here, Cordelau. Then we head back to Full Sail.
Yeah, but there you'd know there's
Yeah.
this island here that you could stop off at. If everyone wants to make a history track to know what this island is, you can.
they will. How many days would this journey take, Kieran?
It depends on what boat you have.
Also, the PDF aren't leaving the Pelagic Harbour until 2 days from now.
Ah, it's so awkward.
Yep.
And you could always go to Caudle yourself, but so Babette.
In
yeah,
that
Babette
case,
would-
then, if
Yeah.
they're not leaving for 2 days, how long would it take to get from Pelagic Harbour to Full Sail? Like a day, right?
So with Full Sail, you got to think of what it looks like because it takes different. So there's one main way in, which is Ventrum, which is the way you go. So let's go back to the map. So from here,
So why are we going to Full Sail again?
that's where Fort Sing Song is.
That's where Full Sing Song is, okay.
Is it on this side of the island as well? Or we all go around it?
It's in the middle of the island. There's like you transfer into a river.
Okay.
So to get to the heart of Full Sail, if you was going in rowboats, probably take about 2 days.
That's just to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 days.
If you're in the rowboats, yeah. Or 1 day if you had the keel boat. You could go overnight.
Shit, this is hard because Babette wants to go get this pearl.
The pearl is 1, 2.
Is there a time limit on this pearl? Like, is it a bounty that other people can get as well, or?
The
Well,
auction's
it's-
being run in 3 days.
All right, 3 days.
Well, that day's the viewing. So the 3rd is the viewing. So everyone gets a look at the pearl before they buy it. And then the 4th is the actual auction. Like if Babette had asked more, that's what he would have said.
The 4th
So
day is the auction.
yeah.
Okay, still. Okay, well, this is Babette's idea then. This has been coming for a while, I think. Babette's idea. We all go to Full Sail. We try and get there as quickly as possible on the keel boat.
Okay.
Yeah, the keel boat. So if you're Arrow, Natalie, you can't really go from there. You have to go from the port and come around because.
Like that?
It's more like this.
Okay.
And considering this is a little river, is it big enough for the keel boat if we wanted
It's-
to? Or
It's big enough for the keel boat. There's much bigger ships that go down it.
right, okay.
So, could the keel boat get there in one day?
Overnight it could.
Okay, so... And then how long would it take the keel boat to get to Cord Lyle?
God, hang on. From Full Sail.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Two days.
3 days.
2 days.
Well,
Two? Did you say 2 or 3? Sorry.
it'd take 1 to get to Full Sail. It would take 2 days to go from Full Sail to Cordelisle. This is barring nothing goes wrong
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all the other stuff, like actually doing it.
And the PDF aren't leaving Pelagic Harbour for another 2 days, right? So it'd take them about, including the waiting time, 3 days to get to Cord Lyle.
Hang on. So tomorrow. Yeah, 3 days.
Yeah, because they're taking keel boats.
The rest of today as well, so we've got 3 days in general.
So, okay, this is Babette's idea. Because...
if anything goes wrong though, we could be out of time.
yeah,
Although to be fair, they might stand there and scout for a little while as well. They might not go straight in.
could ask them to delay as well. This is Babette's idea. Go to Full Sail. Babette wants to hire a bunch of other people to join the security force. As part of that, he is going to get himself and Sing Song with another group of people to secure Fort Sing Song in Full Sail. Whilst he sends Gylfi, Hothead and Hepatra and any other hirelings off to Cord Lyle to help the PDF because he knows Hothead wants to do that, and Babette is, in his mind, he wants to keep Hothead at a distance because he doesn't trust him. He wants to potentially get other hires who he can now form a bigger inner circle with. And then because he's keeping Hothead at a distance, he's giving Hothead what he wants, which is to go to Cord Lyle, whilst also securing a base in Full Sail. And then once that base is secured in Full Sail, only gives them a day to do it. But Babette can go off on the final day because it's only going to take him a day to get to the bounty, right, Kieran?
Yeah, it'd take a day.
That means he can arrive just in time for the auction.
It's so fucking funny.
Right.
Which means...
With a whole new group of people, yeah.
Yeah, Babette wants to...
Who's gonna have the keel boat? Because he can't have the keel boat as well.
No, he wants to take the bugger boat and go to
Right,
the
okay.
bounty. He wants to...
He could, yeah. It's 20 miles. You'd be able to do it in a day.
So Babette's plan is to go to Full Sail, hire 3 teams. We've got Team A who are the real frogs. We've got the real frogs are going full sail, hiring another member to join the real frogs, going to Cord Lyle to sort that shit out. Once they're at Cord Lyle, they can come back to full sail and join Team B, which Babette's going to hire a secondary team to secure Fort Sing Song. Finally, Team C, which is actually Team 1, because it's got Babette in it, is going to be Babette, Sing Song, and some other hirelings that are going to secure the Pearl at the Bounty. That's Babette's idea.
Right, where's he affording all these hirelings?
He's got like nearly 1,000 gold, and this
Okay.
and
Sing Song does as well.
yeah.
Right,
If you secure Fort Sing Song.
right. Secure Fort Sing Song. What is that? This Fort Sing Song?
It's not a fort, it's an estate.
It's an
Right,
estate, and
Okay.
from what Gilfie knows, God, no, she doesn't. Only Babette knows it's been taken over might have been taken over by pirates.
Babette is going to
Right.
explain all of this as part of the planning process, because this is the moment where we've got this is like, there's a lot going on and a lot of different things different people want to do, so I think we have to split up to a degree, and it's even more reinforced by the fact that Babette does not trust Real right now.
Okay.
And extra double reinforced, and another spanner in the works is that Rill isn't done with this drug stuff. He
Exactly.
doesn't want to leave these kids with no help here.
Alright, set it on fire before we go, and then we're off.
Well, the other option, Babette would say, is that once he's far away in full sail and you've gone to Cord Lyle, you could come back to the Pelagic Harbour and help them.
Yeah, true.
And then he doesn't give a shit because he's far away from it.
Yeah.
And that's a long-term ongoing thing. It's not going anywhere in a
Yes.
week.
Yeah. Rill would agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, the only other spanner is that this guy with the kill boat wants us to do it in 10 days.
Where does he want us to go?
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
We could just tell him he's got to fucking wait. He's got to fucking wait longer.
Well, no,
I think it
we
works
can get that
out.
easily still in the time.
yeah, because
Yeah.
2 days to the thing, 2 days back, that's 4 days. 1 day
Right.
back to here, 5 days. Sort shit out here for like...
Oh, you got to remember the kill boat can go double speed.
Yeah, I think that's still right though.
Yeah,
That's still
yeah.
Pelagic
No,
Harbour.
double
Double
speed,
was
so he-
1 day,
2
3 days to get to Cawdor,
Yeah,
and then I assume a day back to Pelagic.
so that's
So we're
4
back in
days.
Pelagic. Team Real Frogs are back in Pelagic Harbour in 4 days, and they can do some harebrained drug stopping scheme. And then we've got plenty of time, 6 days, to get to the shoals which are up here.
Right.
What's that guy gonna think if his fucking boat rocks up back
4 days
for
off.
Pelagic Harbour?
Where are the shoals, Kieran?
The shoals is Babette would know this, so I'll show you the map of the Pearl.
Here,
Just tell him we went the wrong
Oh,
way.
so it is on the Pearl. So that's fine. So once
Um,
you've gone to the Pearl, you come back to Fort Sing Song and then reconvene and...
Okay, well, let's get going and play 2 campaigns in one.
Well, we'll have to pick a main one, but but I think me and Natalie will do a one shot or something with Babette.
Okay.
I think that's the plan.
Yeah.
Me and Kieran said it's been coming for a while. So this feels like the right moment.
I assume you've got your 4th person plan to come with us to
I
Cawdor.
have ideas, yes.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like we got it.
Okay, let me get this right. There is. You can always switch, Anya.
Yeah, maybe you should think about that, love.
Because, maybe after being horrifically injured, she doesn't want to keep going.
Yeah.
And then it would make sense to do it in
True.
full
Maybe
It
we
would make
just-
sense to do it in full sail.
Maybe we just get halfway through the
What's
sea
going
and
to
she's like,
happen?
and jumps in the sea and is gone forever.
Yeah.
What have you got to get to happen?
Now, Keith.
You can have a goodbye kiss from Real.
All right.
Would that actually happen?
I mean, we're
She
reconvening
asked for it.
eventually, so
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see
Babette-
how I get on.
Babette would be happy for her Patra to lead Team 2.
So let me get it straight. There's Top Frogs Team 1, number 1, which is going to Full Sail.
Right, you got top frogs, bottom frogs, sideway frogs.
Yeah, that's...
We're the top frogs.
No,
And then-
no, you're the real frogs.
Yeah, can everyone just call them Real Frogs?
You're the
frogs.
real frogs.
Fake frogs.
Babette is the best frogs. And then you've got the other frogs.
Already way too confused by this.
And then there's the other frogs.
So basically, it's Team Real, Team Babette, and Team... Well, if Hapatra's splitting up, Team Hapatra. Otherwise,
Wait,
just
what's
Team Other.
I'm getting confused what the third team is.
They're extra hirelings that
Babette.
Babette wants to hire specifically to help recapture Fort Sing Song.
And they're basically going to be the garrison for Fort Sing Song.
Yeah, whilst Babette and
Right.
Sing Song, because Babette needs Sing Song.
Yeah, I think you might have to just do a little list of who's in the teams.
So we've
Okay,
got
I'll write
team-
it down. Hold on, I'm going to write it down in Discord. Hold on.
We've got Real, Gilfie,
So,
Sing Song, Babette. And then Hepatra is, depending on what happens with Hepatra, either on the third team, or she might be in the first team
yeah.
with Real and Gilfie.
I'm going to write it assuming Hapatra
What do you-
sticks with Real because she wants to kiss Real.
For now.
And
For now.
Between now and next week, you can decide what you want to do with Hepatra.
Well,
yeah.
I've already started making a new character in my head, so
Oh,
Do
okay.
tell.
thought I might have her as like one of the hirelings.
Yeah, that'd work perfectly.
In my head, I was like, well, instead of just hiring hirelings for all of this, Babette would probably be like, so this person I can trust goes with this boat, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So, and I just was like, in my head, I was like, oh well, that gives me the opportunity that if I'm like, no, Hepatra was cool, I don't like this new character, to go back to doing Hepatra when they kind of like meet up again.
Yep,
Yeah, you
that's
could.
perfect.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, it's fine. Perfect.
Oh.
And then you can decide if you, and then Natalie can decide that as well with
And this is all my grand plan to make Babette the group patron from Tasha's.
Right. How would, with this plan, how would all your characters be reacting?
I think you know the answer to that one.
Sounds like it covers all the things we want to do for now. Are you sure about splitting up though a bit?
Well, we're not splitting up till we got more Highlands and Full Sail, and then I can get the rest of us can all hire them together so we can secure who's coming in and vet them ourselves. So any people we got coming in, we got the eyes of the five real frogs watching over them to see if they're legit or not.
I was going to say, when you hire people from, where are you going to
In
get them?
fact, Babette would actually say the 4 real frogs look at Real, like, suspiciously, cast Gift of Gab, and then say the 5 real frogs.
And then
Is there a
he
save
looks
on
at him really
Gift of Gab?
confused.
There is no save, but you would hear him say the spell component, which is Big Stars Babette!
Okay.
Gilby just thinks he's corrected himself.
And you might... He has done that before, and you might know it. But at some point he's just gone... he's begun, like, we can vet and, Big Stars Babette, 4 real frogs! Or 5 real frogs, rather. You know what I mean.
Yeah, Real's picked up on it, but he's not saying it.
He's gonna reaction Silvery Barbs that, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, this is why he took the spell to fuck you over specifically.
What silvery barbs do?
Damn.
It's fucking OP. I'm gonna put it in the chat. I don't think it's that OP, it's just obnoxious.
It's a bad feel spell
Yeah.
more than penis.
You magically strike creature instead.
But I think it makes sense based off him changing it up to specifically try and keep people off of him.
Who's he giving advantage to?
Himself.
Oh, it's only within a minute,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10, which I judge for real not doing it.
Okay.
If we want to get there in the time frame, we should probably go quickly, I guess.
So we're fine dribbling this package for Meg.
Oh yeah, he was kind of weird about it, but
Our plan
has-
doesn't work without it. We
Yeah.
don't have a fast enough ship.
Has Babette ever met Schmag, Kieran, or not?
No, you've only met Schmug.
And
He's his brother.
And he trusts Schmug. Like pretty well, right?
He likes Schmug, but Schmug is weird.
Okay.
Schmug's a bit of a weird
He
guy.
doesn't know anything about Schmag because Schmug never talks about him.
Yeah.
He knows he exists, but
I think Babette is he's paranoid, but also the fact they're selling a pearl in the bounty, that's like endgame material stuff, right, Kieran? That's like stuff that could fix all his problems.
potentially.
I think Babette would be excited about that. I think he would. I didn't think I really played up how excited he would be in the initial role playing. I think Babette probably would have reacted more. Now, in hindsight, me thinking about it, he probably would have reacted far more excited to Sing Song Kieran, I think, if we can retcon that.
That's fine.
And I think, yeah, he sees that as like a risk that he's willing to take to go to the bounty.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, this works for me.
Got a plan. So, are we going now? We're gonna go say goodbye to the druggy kids.
Bet wants to get out of here ASAP, so...
I can go talk to them. No one else wants to.
We could just start setting up, and we can meet you over in that little area.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, as you're leaving, this guy, as he sees your table sort of adjourn, he starts walking over.
Does Babette recognise him?
Only that he's in the PDF, and he must be quite important based on the uniform he's wearing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He walks up, and he's like, "May I talk to you for a second?" He just gestures at you.
Babette narrows his eyes and kind of hides behind Sing Song slightly, just kind of not quite sure. So he's, especially because they were discussing quite important plans, he's feeling a bit secretive. And he lets Sing Song sort of take the initial kind of hellos and then maybe directs to Rill to or Gilfie to.
We're listening.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Lieutenant Trent Ap Gushing Wave. I've been watching you for a while, not in a strange way. I heard about the work you did for Caspian, and I saw how heavily armored you are, and I wondered if you had time for another job.
Well,
That's what it is, I guess.
let's hear it.
Yeah.
There is a collection of islands to the northwest of here, but it has an infestation of muddy wugs. I was just coming to say that if you do find any muddy wugs while you're around, I'm willing to pay 50 pearls for each of their hides.
That's a lot.
And then if you find any of their idols or items, I'm willing to negotiate on them. I don't know where you're planning to travel, but muddywugs pervade these lands. If you can bring me their corpses, well, I'm willing to pay.
All corpse.
Just to hide. You should be able to get it off in one piece. If you're skillful enough.
And where can we find you?
I'll be around here. If you're looking for the real infestation, to northwest, but anywhere on the coastline.
This is such an
Filled with the
MMO
creatures.
quest.
I
Bring
love
me
it.
10 Muddywug hides.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah!
Do you want
Level
us-
1.
I wanted
Do you want
to hunt the fucking muddywugs, right?
Yeah, this,
Do you want us to bring
It's
them
funny.
into this nice establishment?
Hmm.
Skinned muddywug hide.
You can drop them off outside, and come in, and I'll come out with you to look at the goods, as it were.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll keep that in mind.
Perfect. I hope your adventures lead you to calmer waves. He nods and just goes back to his seat.
Does this interfere with the time frame? Not really sure.
No, this is. I think if we get the opportunity.
Oh. Okay.
Let's go get ourselves a kill, bro.
Go.
So, what are you doing?
Going to. Well, Rill's going to see if he can knock on the trapdoor of the lake urchin hideout
Okay.
and inform them that they'll be back in 4 days and he is going to help them.
Yeah, so if Rill were to knock on the hatch door that they were shown,
Yeah.
one of the small Aquan child, after a bit of waiting, would open it and they would recognize you and let you in.
Mhm.
Ara would be on the throne that she had before. You'd be like, oh, you're back.
Sorry, it's slightly a retcon if you'll allow it, but
Hmm.
is there anywhere Rill could have picked up a load of rations or food before he got there?
Yeah, you would have been able to pick them up in the market as long as you pay their value,
Yeah.
which is...
Wretch.
It's
0.5 gold.
Okay.
He would buy 100 rations.
Whoa, okay.
So 50 gold gone. Pearls. And he'd just chuck them in the fucking bag of holding and then just upend it. Then just make a big pile of rations.
Is this your way of saying you're not going to help us?
No, this is my way of asking you to be patient. We've got some time-sensitive things to handle, but myself and some of my friends will be back in 4 days, and I will help you then.
She nods and she's like, we didn't expect you to help, but thank you, and thank you for bringing the food. We need it. Well, if you need to take anything, and she gestures around the bare room of children.
Yeah, no, Rill's doing that awkward thing where you feel like you want to give more, but you don't have anything. He's just like, alright, I'll see you in 4 days. Try and keep out of trouble.
Trouble finds us all the time.
Yeah,
But thank you.
And he'll head out.
Yeah.
And head to the rest of the group, which I assume are going to...
Babette wants to
Schmag.
do one thing before they go schmag. He wants to go to Vapor's Bits.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let
how
me just find that.
How stupid is Babette? Oh, did I disconnect?
No,
No.
he says
Okay.
how stupid is Babette.
Yeah, Babette wants to go to Vapor's Bits, and he wants to try and get the alchemy jug back, but I'm just debating whether he wants to try and steal it back.
Jeez.
How much did she agree to sell it back for?
She bought it for a certain price, but
I can't remember.
Babette also doubled the
Yeah,
price
I
on
know,
it
he
because
was an
when he
idiot.
sold it, I think she paid. So I think to buy it back might be 600 because it was like a lot. It doubled the
Yeah.
price, right?
But I will
And-
say the distort value would have worn off by now, and so it
But
doesn't.
she also knows that,
Yeah, she
so
does.
she's not going to be happy.
Fuck it, Babette's gonna try and steal it.
God.
Oh, this is so stupid.
Okay, go through how he's going to try and steal it.
Is there a window around the back of the shop that sort of
There
looks
would-
in?
So this shop has a small ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Not a ladder, but steps going up towards it. So the window would be maybe 6 foot up,
Mm-hmm. So
and there'd be about one would go into a back room, but the other would lead directly into the shop.
he wants to ritually cast Poseidon. He wants to try and climb up on some boxes so he can look through this window if there's any boxes out there.
Has he snuck off on his own, or is everyone else just watching Babette do this?
I assume he's going off on his own because Real's going to the kids and the rest are trying to secure a boat. No, he would have taken Sing Song with him. He thinks Sing Song's
Okay.
got the same vibe.
He just left Gilfie, the weakest person, to try and do the boat.
Yeah, he's your first mate.
Just tugging on some rope.
You got her Patra as well. Even though she just like
She's only got 2 hands.
meh. No, he's still gonna do it. He's gonna take Sing Song. What spells does Sing Song have, Kieran?
Sing song. Nice.
Does he have Charm
Where is he?
Person?
Let me see. Sing Song has Mage Hand, Vicious Mockery, Charm Person, Healing Word, Heroism, Sleep, and then he's got Invisibility and he's got Shatter.
Invisibility. Oh, does Charm Person cost concentration?
Doesn't say so.
Then in that case, he's going to tell him to cast invisibility on Babette.
Alright, boss. And he casts Invisibility on you.
Before Babette does this, he's going to ritually cast Poseidon.
He would say, like, maybe we should do it in a corner where the plebeians cannot see us.
Yeah, he's going to do it like completely out of the way, ritually cast Poseidon, get him to cast invisibility on him,
Which, yeah.
and then he wants Sing Song to go into the shop, Charm Person on this person, and whilst Babette is in there watching from not only behind like any counters but also invisible, he's prepared to cast spells and stuff if he has to, but he doesn't want to reveal himself if he doesn't have to.
Sing Song would
And he's
say...
also bardic inspiration to Sing Song as well.
But I'm not sure about casting a spell on somebody. Isn't that a bit aggressive? Maybe I could just use my natural charm to distract her. I didn't want to do anything illegal. Or more illegal, anyway.
This is important, Sing Song. I think you gotta use your magic. We need to. She tricked me. She made me think that I was selling it for a good value, and she was wily with her ways. You can't let these kind of merchants do bad business.
Can't I try and charm her first? And if that doesn't work, then cast a spell?
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Right. Okay.
No, Babette's just going to tell him to charm her straight up. That's what he wants him to do.
Oh, Sing Song looks a bit like, but he's like, fine, boss, I'll try. So he's going into the shop, right, to try and distract her.
So he's Babette, but he's invisible.
Okay. Do a stealth check with advantage. Well, actually, no, it doesn't.
No, all
Really?
stealth. It would just be any visual checks automatically fail, but hearing checks, she can't. I would just do a normal stealth check on, is what the rules have written are. But
So if you're going into the door,
he's
all
following.
that
He's following
sound
kind
is-
of like behind Sing Song.
that's what I mean. So him opening and closing the door isn't going to make much sound because he's just going to assume that it's Sing Song coming in.
Yeah.
So Sing Song, do a perception check for Babette to see if he can see the jug as he goes into the shop.
14.
You look around quickly. You can see it is raised on a shelf above where she is selling her stuff. So there's the sort of counter, and and then she's behind the counter, and then there's a shelf directly above her with the alchemy jug and another load of other sort of pots on.
Yeah. So Babette is directing the invisible force of Poseidon to sort of like go like beneath that and sort of like in a position where Poseidon can grab the jug and pull it away quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But first he wants to see her charmed by Sing Song, so she's kind of like really distracted.
Milady, I saw your beauty, and I thought I would never love again. And he's going to charm person as he pulls out his loot.
Babette is also trying to, like, he's invisible, but he's also kind of hiding behind any counters there are, or like shelving units or whatever, trying to stay hidden but not, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Chincha makes a wisdom saving throw. She's like, "Ah!" as he bursts into the door.
If she doesn't fail, okay,
She failed.
Good, that's good. So once she's charmed, he's gonna try and like once she's like very focused on Sing Song and like he's like distracting her and stuff, he's gonna use Poseidon to move the jug over to the invisible form of him.
Okay. So it's friendly acquaintance, and she's like, "Oh, Sing Song, I thought you'd never come back." And he's like, "Well, you know me, adventurer extraordinaire." And she's like, "I wouldn't quite say that." And she like she pulls up the sort of bit that goes over and walks towards Sing Song. So she's not behind the counter anymore. She's walking towards Sing Song.
Okay, now Poseidon grab the alchemy jug.
Is he trying to grab it or is he trying to knock it off?
He's trying to like pick it up and move it.
Just sleight of hand check for him. See if he drops it or not. Because this is a pretty tense situation.
Should I do Babette sleight of hand? I don't know what if he has.
Well, it's also quite high up.
Yeah.
So maybe more just Dex
Yeah.
based on
I think it would just be a straight roll for him.
yeah.
He's got a strength of 1, but he can carry stuff and do simple tasks. I think this counts as a simple task. Because it says in the spell. I'll post it in the spell so you can judge it.
Okay. Do a stealth check with advantage for Poseidon. Because
Okay.
she still has to not see it come off the shelf,
Yeah.
I
It
think.
doesn't say he has any dex, so I'm just going to roll straight with advantage.
Okay, yeah.
17.
Okay. And then I'll do hers. with disadvantage because she is sort of taken up her perception. No, what's her 70? That beats her passive perception. So, yeah, it's in Poseidon's hands.
So Poseidon, I want Poseidon to move it towards invisible Babette, who's kind of hiding behind a counter.
Okay, she hasn't noticed it, so I think they could easily do that.
Okay, then as Babette is is going to direct Poseidon back to like another corner of the shop that's facing away from the door, and then he wants Poseidon to start like pulling things down from the shelf, but trying to like pull the shelf down so it's almost looks like the shelves collapsed maybe.
Poseidon has only got a strength of 2.
Yeah.
So I
maybe,
mean, I think picking up a jug was a task in itself.
I think just maybe knocking stuff off the shelf then, just knocking stuff off the shelf.
But Babette's going the other way, right?
Babette's gonna make a mad dash for the door, holding the alchemy jug whilst he's invisible, whilst also keeping vision on what's her face.
Okay. So.
And also remaining like he's like looking out past the shelf, but he's also like trying to stay like his body hidden as if he wasn't invisible.
So in relation to where the thing falling off is, would it be the other end of his shop?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So I think that's fine. And she'd be like, and Sing Song's like, don't worry, dear, I'll help you clean up. And they both move across. As Babette goes through the door, she will do a perception check as she hears it slam.
Mm-hmm. If she's doing a perception... Oh, she got a natural 1, thank fuck. That's good.
And Babette is out of the shop with the alchemy jug, and where's he going?
He's going to put the alchemy jug down, and because he's still invisible and he can't drop it himself, so he's going to like just kind of like hide the jug around the back of the shop behind something so no one sees it, and then he's going to try and look into the shop to see Poseidon still there while still invisible, and just kind of direct him to like tap Sing Song on the shoulder.
As you look in through the window, you see Vapor look up at the shelf, and then she turns around to Sing Song, and you see Sing Song panic, but a few seconds later, Vapor just drops to the floor, and you see Sing Song burst out the other side of the shop, and he's like frantically looking around for you.
Yeah, Babette would like move up with the alchemy jug and then like direct him to drop the invisibility, and then just be like, "Run! We got the goods!
We've got to go!
Yes, run for the boat!"
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
She just woke up. She saw it's gone, and she looked around me, and I panicked, and then I had to go to sleep, and then let's go.
Yeah, and run back to the boat with the alchemy jug.
Yeah. Let me just see how long sleep lasts for.
think
Oh, it's gonna be fun coming back here in 4 days. Oh, hey, Vapor. Wait, what? What?
was the alchemy joke blue? I can't remember.
I think it
I
was.
think it was, yeah. I think it lasts until like she either sleeps completely it off or like or is woken up by somebody.
It doesn't say, so I'll just say she's asleep until whenever. Okay, so the last bit of the cunning plan. Gylfi talking to Schmeg.
I think we all agreed to do the mission, deliver your stuff.
Oh, yes,
If we could
good.
take the keelboat, that'd be really good.
Oh yes, that is good. You know how to drive a boat, yes?
No, I don't. But two people at least do, so they'll be driving it.
Right. Well, I'm glad you accepted my proposal. And, hang on. Yes.
Yeah. And you said 10 days, yeah. So I think that I think we can do it in 10 days.
When are you planning on leaving?
Well, I think we're gonna go today.
Oh, today, nice.
Think
That's
so.
fast. He take this, and he slides the sending stone across.
Oh yeah. No, I remember.
I'll
Um,
message you tomorrow when you're far away from here.
Oh. Oh. Hang on, let me do Gilfy tired inside joke. No, I don't mean to the Pearl tomorrow. I mean, setting off tomorrow.
It's fine as long as you're not in the harbour. As long as you get there in 10 days.
Yeah, we're not going. We're not going straight there, but yeah, we'll get there in 10 days.
I don't care where you go as long as the package gets
Okay.
home.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow.
One more thing.
Yeah.
And he slides across this paper, and it's
Oh.
you quickly notice what it is, Gilfy. It's a deed of ownership for the keelboat.
Oh. I mean, I didn't expect a deed, but I suppose that makes sense.
And then he pulls out another one. He's like, yes, you just have to sign. And he pushes out this other one. It's a transfer of ownership from me to you.
Oh. She is going to read the whole of both of them before she does anything.
Yeah. So the deed is it's an official deed.
Yeah.
You would have delivered things like this before, and people might have shown you them.
Mhm.
But all of this looks perfectly on the level. One thing it does say in the transfer ownership, which doesn't seem dodgy,
Mhm.
but it says you are responsible for the cargo on board.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I mean, we are driving it. Yeah, she'll just sign it.
Yes, Gilfy Aguldius.
Yeah, that's my name.
And
Do you need me to everyone else to sign it, or is it okay if I just sign it?
if it's shared, I only need one name for the transfer of a deed. You can do what you want with the deed itself.
Oh, that'd be fine then.
And you see him take this parchment, fold it up, like in this shape, and then like gently place it in a little drawer behind his counter, and he like gives you a big smile.
Aaron is the
okay.
king of understated creepy. Swear to
Yeah.
God. Keep expecting this guy to turn into shadow and disappear.
Yeah, melt into the floor. Thanks. I guess we better be going.
Well, yes, have a good journey. And, I don't mean to be rude, but I hope we don't meet again. And he just, like, slams down the shutter.
Oh. Okay. Well,
You're left with just the deed of ownership. He would have pointed at the boat, and it is the one that you saw earlier.
Okay. Just sort of stands there for a minute with this paper in her hand, just like, I guess we have a boat now. Just gonna fly over onto the boat, stand in the middle of it. So,
So I'll show you what a keel boat is like. I'll post it in the chat, but I also do have a token.
Okay. Is Patra with Gilfy right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Patra, do you know how to get this thing moving?
You're muted on Discord, love. She's fixing it.
Sorry, the computer did a thing. He probably doesn't, right?
At least,
Um,
have you driven a boat?
I suppose she might do. She's got handy.
you can decide, Danny.
Is there anything you'd let me roll for it?
What's the thing to like? Roll a d20, and then I'll have a DC, and then if she's above that, I'll say she's driven a boat before. Well, a keel boat before. No, you don't.
Got all sorts of this kind of thing down in the Galactic Conclave, but I have no idea how to fix it.
Oh, I've got no idea either, really. Maybe. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, they're big.
Big. It's I guess we'll just have to wait for the other everyone else to come over and ride it.
Yeah. So, would you all convene? Well, you know where to. Wait, did Sing Song come?
Rill picks up his engraved stuff. I assume that's fine.
Yep, that's fine. It's definitely past midday now, and Foden would be like, "I hope you enjoy it."
This is fantastic work. Thank you.
And you're alright to put your friend stuff up as well.
Yeah. I'll take it on.
Yeah, and he dumps Sing Song's one on you as well.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so yeah, you need 3 people who are crew to drive this boat.
Yep. If he's just walking around on the boat, tugging on all the ropes.
Yeah. You would notice as well, Gilfie, there's a little bit at the back that is sort of like a little area for sleeping. It has 2 beds in it, and it has a big chest, which if you tried to poke at it, it would be locked.
Yeah. Okay. No, she's not open. Yeah, just going around exploring the boat. Is it quite big? Like, how big is it?
So it's about it's 20 feet like along and
Right.
about 60 feet up,
6 feet up. Yeah.
like long. So it's a reasonable size.
Okay.
I don't know what's the best way to explain it. Like,
So it's 20 foot wide, 60 foot long.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Pretty big. Then.
there's a picture in that. If I can sort of get it on here. See that?
Yeah.
So each square is 5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's now in Discord, on the screen, and in the chat as well.
It's a reasonable little boat.
The proper boat.
Yeah.
Gilfie starts just wandering on it, stretching her wings out to see if they can reach the sides. They can nearly reach the width, but not quite.
I also lied because it can go 72 miles per day.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But I think that changes dependent on the wind.
Mhm.
I need to look that up later on. Oh, wait. Speed 25. 15 while sailing into the wind. And 35 while sailing with the wind. So
Okay.
I guess 72 miles is probably what we average.
Don't know.
Yeah, I think 3 miles per hour is like the 30 feet normal move speed, right?
Yeah.
So it's it's not average, it's between 25 and 35.
Okay. Okay, so So top, right? 72.
I think it's halfway between normal speed and sailing with the wind.
Oh god, so it can go really fast. Okay. So,
Does it have
Well-
a blister on it?
this one doesn't, sadly.
Ah,
Nah.
Yeah. Gonna have to buy her own ballista.
Cool.
Gilpy would hear a clunking sound coming up
Yeah.
the path,
Yeah.
and
a motorcycle.
Rails got himself a motorbike that he's zooming around on.
Yeah.
But no, you hear a juke, 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 and some grumbling as Rill approaches in his half-plate armor.
She just looks down from the boat.
Yeah, he looks like a kid in a night costume.
Don't normally see you wearing that, Real.
No,
You just put it on.
it's a big change. This is gonna take some getting used to. It's kind of pitchy.
Mm. Is
He's
it
got his shield as
tight?
well.
Oh yeah.
It's, I think it's how it's meant to be. It just I'm used to leather and just moving how I want. But
I
I
can hear you
figured we
coming
could-
from a mile away as well.
Yeah. Yep. I'm also slightly terrified of what my experience in the water is going to be if I get knocked off the boat in this. Maybe I'll
Oh,
change back while we're on the boat.
probably a good idea.
But I feel well protected.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can certainly block some blades, I guess. Well, me and Hipatra are pretty useless up here. We don't really know what to do. I was kind of hoping you did.
Yeah. We just got to get. It's a sailing ship, so we just got to get the sails down when we kick out into the harbour. Maybe start with the oars and then pull the sails down. Let the wind carry us.
Oh. Oh. Okay. I guess we try and do that. Just looks around like, how do we do that?
Yeah, Real plunks up onto the ship, chunk, 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 and
As
starts like pointing everything out.
as you're sort of setting up the boat for departure, I imagine Sing Song when you get to the south gate, Babette, he'd be like, "Miss Boss, we should walk from here. We don't want to draw suspicion."
Yeah, let's walk from here.
Take it easy. Take it easy. And
Both fish people, right? They can just jump in the water, get over it.
we could.
Yeah.
But what do you think
But
they'd
that-
do, Natalie?
Babette would, because he wants to avoid the SSS hideout as much as possible.
I think Sing Song would run. It's like, "See you over there, boss." And you see him dart off. "Oh wait, I said walk." And eventually you'd see Babette come up on the shore, and much before Sing Song gets to you.
There you are, a bit. Where did you go?
I just went to rebuy my alchemy jug.
Oh, okay. Well, lucky she still had it, I guess. Do you know how to drive this boat, Babette?
I am proficient in sea vehicles, I think. Actually, no, I'm not. Never mind.
Sting Song will get there, and he's like, "Oh, have you know? I was a bosun in the PDF at one point. I can get this ship shape in a jiffy if you all listen to old Sing Song. Right, boss?
Yeah, listen to Sing Song.
Right. Did you bring the boats, boss, from the other harbour?"
Now,
Shit.
I did say Babette was going to do that, but I completely forgot to roleplay it out.
I also didn't know if he did it after he was running away.
Hmm.
I think in retrospect, because Babette did
Yep.
say he was going to do that first, so I think he probably would have grabbed the boats. They would have gone from Vapor's Bits to the boat and then sailed across, if that's allowed, Kieran.
Sailed across.
Like,
Here.
yeah.
Okay.
Like straight.
I'll say that's fine, and Sing Song's just tired from a small run from Vapor's Bits to the boat.
And Babette would have made him row
Where's
the whole way
Bubbles?
as well. Oh, he just dropped.
Bubbles.
Yeah.
He just
Does
dropped.
Hepatra even care about bubbles anymore?
Oh no.
Hepatra. I'm going to throw something at it.
She's asleep.
She is snoozing. Had a very busy work day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There's one thing I forgot to do, so I'll read that out now. When you all rolled your law checks for Lamplight, I think we got busy and moved on. But I'll tell you what Lamplight is now. I'll move you back to the map. So this island here,
Mm-hmm.
which is sort of in the middle of wherever you want to go, is... Where is it? Vacations. I think Babette and Rill knew what this place was. Lake Lamp. So Lake Lamp is a small settlement which has grown around the ancient imperial lighthouse which once stood at the centre of the Great Lake. Unlike other islands of the Shattered Lake, Lake Lamp existed before the Sundering, and a majestic lighthouse grinds the surface. The Great Lighthouse is formed from huge curved blocks of stone with ornate carvings of the Imperion on every block. Bands of crystalline rock run through the structure, forming a distinctive pattern to sailors, indicating that the centre of the Shattered Lake. In the moon's light, the crystalline segments form a natural luminescence, making Lake Lamp a distinctive symbol of the Shattered Lake. Finally, a great beam stares from the apex of the lighthouse, guarding sailors away from the craggy shores of the south side and guiding them towards full sail. So this place is quite important for when people don't know where they are, and it also helps guide a lot of traffic. I mean, you could stop there seeing as your boat's so fast, but it seems like you guys just want to plow onto your destination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
don't think we need to stop there, do we?
Yeah. It's also help you guide around as well. So in this sort of circle around Caudal Pelagic Harbour, you'd have advantage on your checks of finding where you're going to go.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
But yeah. So everyone's arrived at the boat. I imagine Hepatra would probably go get Bubbles. She could swim across there.
Cool.
That's fine.
Where do we put? Can we fit these boats onto the ship, or are they just dragging behind?
I think you'd have to drag them, which could potentially damage them.
Yeah.
Yes, Patra would probably go and get Bubbles, but only after someone reminded her that he was down there.
If you tied the boats together, then they won't bang into each other. So.
Yeah, it's just to speed the boats going as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, Bubbles would come with Hepatra and nuzzle her. She might not be too interested, but Bubbles did like Hepatra.
I think she'd deep down be somewhere would be like, oh, Bubbles, etc. But most of her is just completely closed off.
Is that what foot length dimensions are the little boats?
They're 5 by 10.
So we could actually pull them up onto the
Yeah, that's,
deck of
that's
the-
what I thought as well.
keelboat.
Well, yeah,
Have some
probably.
emergency rafts, lifeboats.
There wouldn't be much room to move around, but I think you could.
if one of the dimensions is 5, I feel like we could have them up against the sides.
Yeah.
Check.
Tie him to the sides like Titanic.
Oh yeah. I see what you mean now.
Real bought plenty of rope. In the old bag of holding.
Kind of boat armor. Boat armor.
Yeah, I think you'd be able to do that. So you can do no, you're like you've been at sea. I say you can tie them on there pretty tightly.
I think it's lifting them that'd be the hardest part. Gilfie's not much help. Be like pulling on it uselessly.
True.
Well,
I
if we
think
had
if-
everyone pulling on them one at a time, we could.
Yeah, maybe if you do like one side. No, nobody here is particularly strong. Is the only thing I was thinking about. But
Yeah, but all working together.
depends how heavy they are. Yeah. Yeah, there is 5 of us.
Yeah.
So.
I think if you all helped, you'd be able to get them up there and tie it on. Some people might be giving you like odd looks, like why haven't you got a crane? But like seeing as there is a little crane here, but you kind of assume that it is Schmags, and he did say, "I hope I never see you again." So pretty final.
Yep.
He also gave me this Babette, and it's the deed to the boat. So, I mean, I signed it, but I don't think it matters. You can have it.
Thanks for first mate, Feathers.
He'll
Yeah,
put,
just
he'll put
name
it
the boat.
away.
Oh yeah, doesn't have a name either. Big Frog.
I mean, you got it signed over, Gilfie. It should be
Oh.
yours, I think.
I mean, it's kind of all of ours, so we can all just name it. I'm not that good at names.
The Water Wing.
Very good.
How about
Didn't hear that.
Yeah.
How about the better boat?
Maybe not that one.
What about the friend barrage? Friend barrage.
I love it. The friend barrage.
Friend Barrage. Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind, but we can think about it. We got like a whole day.
Hey,
It feels like bad luck to set sail without it having a name first.
to be honest, if we're planning to stick my line plane and split up, then first mate Feathers, you're gonna be captain of this little beauty.
Really, Captain?
Well, you're first mate.
Well, but I don't even know how to ride it.
Well, you best start learning. Captains don't even need to drive it; they can just direct other people to do stuff.
I suppose I could just do the navigating. Well, I like Real's name. We'll go with that, I think. For now.
Water Wing.
Water Wing.
Anyway, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
Go.
Okay.
Is
So-
Bubbles gonna just follow alongside? Is he fast enough?
I don't think he is.
If he's got a speed of 30 feet, he's
Wait.
fast enough.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
It gets complicated because he can keep up, but he doesn't have the energy to keep up after 8 hours.
Oh, that's true.
Right. Bring him
We'll tie him to
along a
his side
swimming
as
pool.
well.
Do you want to go 8 hours and then, worry about that next time?
How far do we travel in 8 hours? What's a third of 72? 24?
24, yeah.
So how far does 24 get us on the
Let's
big boy
go
map?
over to the map. Get you. Oh god, quite far.
Mm.
You'd get almost. So in the distance distance, you can see the Isle of Full Sail getting larger and larger. And you can see the distinctive warehouses at this point on the shore of Full Sail. Rill, you would know this to be Ventrum, which so Ventrum is the most lavish of the 4 settlements on Full Sail, mostly permitting the great cogs from the Pearl Passage to Cordysia. Great warehouses line the northern shore for quick trade to and from the Pearl. So, like the gateway to this isle. I will have someone roll a d20 at this point.
Ugh. Lucky
And can
13.
Can everyone do perception checks for me?
Mm-hmm.
So, the bet, you can see yourself chugging towards Full Sail. This is so much faster than a rowboat.
Mm-hmm.
And, but Gylfi, your eyes are more up towards the skies as it starts to darken, and Rill and Hipatra, you see Gylfi sort of get focused on something, maybe slightly to the east in the distance, and it looks somewhat like there's like a small balloon high up in the skies going over you, brightly coloured, probably red and yellow patterning on the side. Gylfi, can you roll me a history check to see if you know what this is?
Ugh.
Gylfi, you don't know,
Yeah.
but you see it slowly drifting off, almost uncontrolled. And we'll end it for there today.
Okay.
Right.